Hey everyone, let me move my mic over. Hey everyone, welcome in to Unfiltered with Tanya or Titanium Built. My name is Tanya. Welcome in. They put me in under the unfiltered side. So that's where you'll go if you want to come up on panel. I thought it was going to be the opposite. It would go to Titanium Built, but it didn't. So welcome in everybody. Hopefully you got something to drink, something to eat, a little snacky snack. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about titanium implants or any type of implants in general. So I have a commercial going through my through my iPad. So you probably have a commercial on too. But when you get back from the commercial break, I hate those things. I don't have premium on this channel over on Unfiltered. So, but it messed me all up. So we're just going to start over. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're watching from Unfiltered or whether you're watching from Titanium Built, thank you for being here with me today. If you are somebody that is a subscriber just on Unfiltered, Titanium Built is basically my YouTube channel. That is like my main channel, and we do true crime over there. Unfiltered is my little baby channel over here where we are going to be covering like life vlogs, commentary, traumas, hauls, reviews, story times, all kinds of different things over here. So if those are things that you're into, make sure that you're subscribed over on Unfiltered as well. And I also have a TikTok for both pages. So I will be going live with this kind of content over on Unfiltered. So if you are a Titanium Built person, a member, subscriber, and you want to, come over to Unfiltered for this kind of content, that's where this will be. So if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button. I love that when you do that. And we'll get started. I'm trying to have you guys like over here on Titanium Built and then over here on Unfiltered. So hopefully I can see everybody. And I have Unfiltered, I think, up here too. I think actually you guys will both flow through this screen. So it looks like you guys are. So awesome for me. Because I was thinking, what am I going to do if I can't like see everybody, So welcome in. There's Kathy, there's Lee, Susan. You guys must be over on the Titanium Built side. Chris, King B, how you doing? Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. And if you're just in the chat, just watching, welcome in. I figured we would just kind of. A lot of people have been asking me about like implants and my implants, and we talk like a lot at the end of the live streams. We'll just kind of chit chat about whatever for a little bit. And I love that part of the live stream. And, we'll have people in the chat say like, hey, I have, titanium also. And so it's like, really? Well, what kind, So I don't know. I think we're all curious about each other. So I'm going to put the link for the panel in the chat before I forget. And this could be, I think this is for all. So, and if it's not, we'll figure that out when we get there. I'm just going to put open panel. That's why it took me a couple minutes to come on, because I was like, where am I at? I was over on Unfiltered. That's why. That's where I was at. And if you'd like to become a member, we would love for you to become a member. We do have members options. If you just want to click the, I think it's the $sign at the bottom of the little $sign at the bottom of your iPad or your phone or wherever you're on. Now, how do I pin it? Okay, I can't pin it there, which this is, okay, let's see if I can pin it. I can pin it over here, okay. We'll pin it over there. Okay, so if you guys want to come up, it'll ding, so it'll let me know. KC Blues, really? What kind of titanium do you guys have? Hey, Marcy, and if you don't want to come up and you want to tell me in the chat, that's perfectly fine with me as well. And to get my attention, if I am on another page, just put some like little bombs like before your message, and then I'll know to look over there. There, hey Marcy, I don't know if I said hi to you. There's actually a funny story I'll tell you really quick. So there was a girl that came into our chat one night, and I don't know if it was Phantom Growler, but I feel like it was. And I haven't seen her in a while, and I hope she's okay. But she came in the chat and she was looking actually for the song Titanium by Matthew Guetta or whatever, that version of the song. And she was like, I don't know how I ended up here. I don't watch true crime, but she ended up hanging out with us. I was like, that's really cool. Your husband has titanium hips. Oh my good Lord. Thanks. Thanks, Lee. I did that with a little help of AI. So just to let you know, over here, we just have like over on Unfiltered, like I said, we just have like real life discussions and all that kind of stuff. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Over on Titanium Built, true crime. That's what we do every night. Just true crime, nothing else, no bull crap, none of that. Just the facts if you're looking for that kind of stuff. So if you're ever on Titanium Built, today is a little bit different for you guys, but we're normally we do cover true crime, but we're going to be talking about, something that's a huge part of my life. And I think it's a huge part of other people's lives. And that's living with metal implants after like a serious accident or just maybe with age having to get, metal implants. When you go to, and I don't know if this is for, I don't know if this is like this for everybody, but the person that put my metal implants in, she is like renowned. Like she's known for like on the East Coast. She's like the number one, like prosthesis or like prosthetic doctor or something like that for females, because there's not a lot of females in that category. It's mostly like a men dominated category, I guess. But after they put them in, the surgeons are like gone. Like you see them maybe a couple times here and there, you know what I mean, for checkups. But like when you wake up, from your surgery, they're kind of like outie. And then, you have your physical therapist and things like that. But it's extremely scary to get any type of metal put in your body. No matter who you are, no matter how strong you think you are, no matter how positive you are, it is extremely hard to know that you're going to be living with something foreign in your body and you're just waiting like, you have questions, but the doctors, they kind of can't answer them. It's just kind of weird. You're like in a limbo. Like you'll ask them like, well, how will I feel when I get older? Well, like, no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Like, and this is somebody that's renowned. Like, you know what I mean? So if she's kind of like she really can't answer the questions, I feel like other doctors wouldn't be able to answer the questions. But when I woke up after my car accident, I was in a car accident. I already had most of the metal implants in me. I think the only ones I didn't have was my foot, but I did have they were pins. I had 2 pins coming. So if this was my foot, I had 2 pins coming straight down into my foot and then one coming from the side straight over. And the pins were like very, very long. I didn't think they were that long when they were in there, but they were very long. And they took those out and then they put metal in there. So when I woke up from my surgery, from my car accident, I had, metal in my face, all in the right side of my face and the left side of my jaw. I had my mouth wired shut. I actually have a picture of that. I could not get pictures to load for the love of my life. So I don't have pictures to show you, but I will find some and I will show them to you. And I think I got my name out of everything. So this is when my jaw was like broke and everything. Like you can see this like tube they have like going up through my stuff. But you can see where my mouth is wired shut right here. Like this is what it looked like. I don't know if that's scary to anybody else, but I had never seen this picture before. And I thought I had seen them all. I don't know how this one passed to me. I don't know how this one got past me, but it did. But I'm like, damn. So you can see the metal, like the metal brackets. So that's why I'm having so much dental problems now. And it's like, son of a bitch. That should be in a whole other live in itself. Really, it should. Yeah, yeah. Good thing they had me on the stuff they had me on when I woke up. Dang, I was on Dilaudid pump when I woke up, so I wasn't feeling nothing. You know what I mean? So basically, face all metal. My left wrist they had metal implants, like a metal implant in there, screws, the whole 9 yards. Both of my legs from my kneecaps down had metal rods, and then they had 4 metal screws in both legs. So 2 screws in the top, 2 screws in the bottom. Actually, there might have been 8. There was 8, I believe. I tried to find the screws today, but they were under like so many totes that were so heavy I couldn't do that to Vincent to get them. But they just look like a wall screw, and I could show you what they look like a wall bolt, like a bolt or something. But I think I had 2. I think I had 8 in both legs because that sounds more like it. But I got those removed, so that's why I can't remember for sure, but I do have them in a bag. So I woke up with that, and then the pins in my foot. I had compartment syndrome in my foot and in my leg. They didn't normally, if you have compartment syndrome, they will slice your whatever, like if it's your leg, they'll slice it open to release the pressure. But they didn't have to do that with my leg because my bone did that for it. But my left foot, they did have to do that. They had to cut my foot open all the way, like up it in 2 different places. That was pretty crazy, when I saw that. But and I hope none of this scares you because I don't want to scare you guys. It's just simply my experience, and hopefully, I think a lot of you guys, feel me like on that too. So, and welcome in everybody. I don't know what's on the other screen. So my face hit the airbag. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Maureen. Is it I'm Maureen? I know I'm saying that wrong. Thanks, Kathy. I remember when Kathy found us. He's fine. He's a lying, cheating piece of shit. That made me laugh because I remember when you found this, like I think you were going through that. They do. Okay, so like you literally can go buy these damn screws at your local Home Depot. When I was looking them up, like I was like, because I think I can show you that actually. Like my inputs, it keeps signing me out, but yeah, no. So every time I would like look it up, it would send me to Home Depot, and I'm like, some bitch. They probably charged me 15,000 per screw. No, I don't know. They didn't really do that. Hey, Sweetly Morbid. Thanks, Miss Bree. Yeah. So my first, the first 38 hours. Okay. So the first 48 hours I was there, 38 of them were spent in surgery. 38. I was like, and then like later, like, so later on, like now I'm like, should I have another surgery? Like how many times can you be put to sleep without, damn, before you like don't wake up? So yeah, so what happened was when we had the impact, we hit a tree and then we smacked a telephone pole. So I was just all over that place. And I weighed nothing at the time. I think I was maybe like 110, 115. I was the smallest probably I had been since like high school. So when we hit the tree, I of course went forward and then I came back and then I hit this side and then I hit this side. And I broke my ribs with like that little dash or the little cubby, like the little compartment thing that you have there. So I had more injuries than what was just, stated. But they even had told me at one point that before surgery for my legs, it was the one surgery that my mom couldn't be there for. My mom wasn't driving at the time. So it wasn't like she could just come up when she wanted to. She had to have my brother kind of bring her up. Or my sister-in-law, right? Well, my nephew, Dominic, he's going to be 13 now, but he was very sick. I hadn't even met him yet. Like, cause he had been like sick, like his whole life kind of, he was having like these little like colds and like congestions and stuff. And so we didn't want to like bring germs right to him. So they had to put like this little mask, on him for a while. So my brother was unable to bring my mom to the hospital that day to see me. Well, come to find out, that was the day surgery that they were debating on whether does this girl get to keep these legs or are they too smashed and messed up to where we got to kind of take them. So the doctor, Dr. Pfeiffer, I love her, love her. She saved me, saved my legs. She said, she told me that, hey, this is the plan. We're gonna try the rods. If we go in there and we see things that are different than what we've seen on the X-ray and they're worse than what we've seen, you may have lost blood flow at certain like I don't know. They were just talking about all kinds of stuff. So I'm sitting there like I remember laying there just thinking like this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I wasn't crying, which was weird. I was like, this is just bad. This is just really bad. And there was this girl, she was 19 years old. She was I don't know, she wasn't a nurse, but she was like maybe a what do they call those? STNA or whatever. Like maybe she was like, or she was getting me prepped. I know she was getting me like my name and stuff in the computer stuff. I don't know why they were even doing that. I was already in there. I probably should have had like a season pass in there at that point. But she's like, it'll be okay. She's like, you're going to be just fine. And I remember her saying that to me. And like, it kind of calmed me down, just like having somebody there, just anybody, right? I mean, anybody. And then I roll out of surgery and I woke up and I was feeling good when I saw them. when they showed they were like, we didn't have to do anything drastic, she said they were really bad, but that they'd be able to heal. And it took a year and a half for them to fully heal, which is crazy because I thought bones healed within like 6 to 8 weeks. Not if you break them in half. Like, I mean, it takes a lot longer. So yeah, it was crazy. If anyone wants to come up also, I did put the panel link in the chat. I don't know if it's still in there or not. And then I don't even know if, okay. I want to be on, I need to go under unfiltered really quick. Hope it doesn't do anything funky. I'm going to try to go in there and then give you guys some memberships. Okay, I think I can do it. Let's see. It says I don't have any. Do we not have any over here for the rest of the month? Maybe we don't. Maybe this is weird. It's showing me as titanium built. I don't think it's like has me under there. Because we haven't given any out, I don't think. Okay, we're going back over titanium built. I know it's over there. Okay. Oops, I'll give top 5 there. Okay, that's weird. I thought we had more memberships over on the other channel, but I guess we did gift them out. So we'll have some new members. Sweetly Morbid Bear, Kitty, TV. Oh man, why do you guys do that to me? 12 corner. Exquisite and Jody. Welcome into the family. "30 years, 3 kids, 7 grandchildren." Man. Kathy, I can imagine that. Man. I can't say it online what I would do to them. But you're stronger than me. let's just say that. I don't crazy. Why are people crazy like that? Okay. So, let me go back into my chart. I was trying to get pictures because I wanted to show you guys, and then I think a lot of the pictures aren't in there. Like I want to get them to send me them because I'm like something's weird here, something's funky. It's like, and then under my health summary, they have like nothing there. Under my care team, they have nothing there. I'm like, hello, what do you mean? What's this? Financial assistance billing estimates. What if it'll tell me how much it won't tell me nothing. Amount due 0. Well, at least I don't know anything, I guess. I was trying to find where I was at. Is it? Oh, here it is. Implants. I wish we would show you like a picture of the implants. So basically, February 9th, it looks like I got a lot of screws, a hexagon nail screw. Yeah, just like a screw with like a hexagon shape. A trigon screw. I don't know that trigon screw. So a few of those. A screw bone, 6 millimeter, 2 millimeter. Self tap star drive cortex. Well, that was the ankle. What did they do to my ankle? I think that's really my it's the bottom of my leg. It's not my ankle. Because I didn't do anything to my ankle. My ankles are fine. What is this? Plate bone. That was for my foot or my leg and my foot. I don't think my name is on here. I could pull this up. I mean, it just shows my doctors. I guess, I mean, I don't know. So then they did graft, synthetic tissue, large. That would have been probably like my eye. It is my eye, actually. Let me go back up. Yeah, eye. A lot of what are they called? Like wedges and stuff are put in to my eye. A lot of grafts, a lot of fat grafts. I mean, obviously they removed the eye. You know, this is since then. They put a tube in my eye when I first met Vincent. So when I first met Vincent, talk about being a good person, a good man. I met him and I had just had surgery and there was a tube in my actual tear duct. And what they were doing was they were trying to drain. So my tears weren't draining through my tear duct. My tear duct was so backed up. It was like, just wasn't working. And my tears were just like falling down my face. They still do, but not as bad. And so they had to go in. It was like two different surgeons, some sort of nasal surgeon, like an ENT, and then my ophthalmologist went in and he put the tubing in. And what they did was they drilled a hole through my nose and then they put the tubing through my tear duct, through the hole. I don't know. All I know is now when I cry, I have to blow my nose a lot more because like my tears go through this different passageway. But I was getting somewhere with that. I think that was what I was telling you about the different things they put in. So they had to do that when I met Vincent. That I was at work one day and I just met him probably like maybe 2 weeks before, if that. It might not have been that long. And I didn't have a car. And so I was just like lifting and Ubering everywhere. And what happened was the tube popped out and it was just like kind of like sticking out a little bit. And I was like freaking out a little, I'm not going to lie. And I didn't know who to call. I didn't have a lot of friends in Columbus. So I was like, I called him and he came and got me right away and took me to the hospital. So I thought that was nice. So greetings from Germany. Hello. He does, Kathy. He really does. He made me breakfast this morning. Oh, who wants to come up? Come on up. Oh, there we go. It worked. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, hot.
Oh, I know. It's actually really nice here today. It's perfect weather. It's 75 degrees.
Oh,
and
that's
it's only
nice.
going to get up to 80. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the pool today. This is a nice day.
I just
It's been
finished
like,
cutting grass, so I'm burning up.
oh my gosh. I cut grass one time and it was for my mom. And it was after my dad passed away. And I had a boyfriend at the time and I was going away with my sister-in-law for the weekend. And I said, can you please mow my mom's yard? Because my mom did so much for him. Like, and her yard was like a half an acre. You pushed the lawn mowed it. It wasn't nothing like big. And he's like, yeah, I got you. He wasn't a good guy. And so I come home and the grass, I swear it was like this high. I'm like, oh, no, he didn't. So I get mad. And when I'm mad, I'm going to do something myself. So I'm like, I got the lawnmower out and I literally mowed the whole grass. My mom had to come out and get me halfway through because she's like, "You're gonna have a stroke," because it was like over 100 degrees that day. And she brings me in, and my face is just red. I'm like dizzy. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I really was probably gonna have a stroke." So, but I was gonna get it done. So on the last push of it, I didn't realize it was self-propelled until the last push, and it pulled me all along the like grass, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I didn't know I wasn't holding the thing right because I didn't even ask my mom how to mow. I was like, "I'm just gonna do it." I was like early 20s, maybe 20, something like that. But yeah, do you have a riding lawnmower? Do you have a big yard?
I've got just under an acre. Yeah, I have a riding lawnmower.
Yeah, my mom, they just had my dad would go out there every weekend with his beers and just have a little drink in the garage, push lawn. I'm like, how did he not die? Like, I could never. I'm like, I could never have a drink beer and do that at the same time. But that
I
was his
enjoy,
weekend thing.
yeah, I enjoy cutting the grass. I just don't like weed eating and trimming
Yeah,
my hedges and crap like that.
yeah. My dad, he said he used to love it. So
Hey, my
Well,
80-year-old mom still cuts her own grass.
that's awesome though.
Well,
Independence.
well, yeah, but she wrecked it trying to put it back in her shed.
I'm surprised she told anybody.
Well, she messed up the door, so my brother had to go over there and fix it for her.
Oh man, poor mom. Your mom's 80 though.
Yeah,
Oh, my mom, if she would have turned 73 this year, so she would have been pretty young. But the 80s, that's a good age. I love older people. They have the best stories ever. They
yeah.
really
She
do.
she has slowed down a lot in the last few years, and her mind's going a little bit, but she's
Oh,
healthy.
yeah, yeah. I think of like since I'm on the internet now. I don't know. I'm just like I don't think that I don't know. My mom couldn't be about this life, like being about the internet. And you know what I mean, being on the internet. I just couldn't picture her ever being on the internet or anything. But because she would be like, I feel like she would just like give everybody her money. Because my mom was like that. She was just like a sweet woman and wouldn't know. She would be naive, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? To some of the stuff that's on the internet.
Yeah,
So I'm glad she's kind of like not on the internet in the way. But unfortunately, I don't get to keep her either. So it's like, because like my dad, I tell people all the time, if my dad was here, he would be sitting here and I would be in the background. The opposite was like my mom. She was like never got on the internet, never even turned on a computer before. But I'm always like, I always feel like, man, if she ever got into some of the mess I see on the internet.
I think my dad would have had. My dad passed away 15 years ago,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
he would have enjoyed YouTube. I'll
Oh
just
yeah,
say
my
that
dad
my
would
dad was
too.
a character.
Yeah, my dad was too, and he would have loved to have learned stuff on the internet, like YouTube. He would have used it to like learn how to do stuff. Because I remember him like changing out the water pump in his car using his like manual one time because there was no internet like back then.
Yeah,
And I'm like, and then a few years later, well, there was internet, but we didn't have like we didn't really talk about it or have it when I was, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and then 2000, like early 2000s was like my 20s. So, well, mid 2000s was my 20s, I'd say, because I graduated 2004. But
no,
yeah, so
you're a
if we were,
baby.
yeah, we were like the last year where we didn't grow up kind of on the internet. So like then the years after me is like kind of like the internet, they all had like the internet and stuff. We had the internet though, like when we were like 13 or something. We were young when we had it, but we never really got on it. We would get on those AOL chats. Like
Yeah.
like we were old enough to be in those. Like I think one of my friends had a computer. We didn't get one until I was older. Kathy said her mom would have loved the internet.
My
She's
mom
like,
gets on the internet. She
that's
watches YouTube, but it's mostly like, have you heard of Trenton Alley?
no, I haven't. It sounds familiar.
They have a farm or something, and I don't know. I don't watch them, but
Oh, is it like the person that does all like the homemade cooking, like the trad wife kind of stuff?
I don't know.
Where like the women they like are
I think they
very
do. they do stuff on their farm.
Yeah, maybe that, like, because like I know there's one that's out there. Oh, it's like a Ballerina Farm or something. Her name is, but she's
Yeah.
like, she supposedly was supposed to be like making her own, like doing all of her own cooking down to the bread. You know what I mean? Everything being scratched. And then come to find out she does an interview and she's like, yeah, I only do that when I need to make a video because that takes like, 8 hours to make. And I'm just like, well, at least she was honest. But then people gave her crap for it. And I'm like, well, but at least she was honest. I mean, that's you can't put that on the internet. People will expect that they can do that too. And then they'll wonder why they can't do it.
Yeah.
Why can't I spend 8 hours in the kitchen? Oh, it's because I have like 3 kids and well, she does too. Why, how could she do it? And, she looks so like pretty in her little dresses and stuff. And I am definitely not that. I will do everything but cook.
No, I don't like to cook, but it's just me. So
Yeah, I'm not a big cooker. I don't know why. I used to love to cook, and then after this accident, they told me I couldn't for a while. I was in a wheelchair when I came home. I came to stay with my mom, and so like I had to grab stuff with like those little grabber things, or like get
yeah,
stuff out of the cabinets. That's how they showed me to do it because they didn't want me to depend on like my mom or something like that. But they were like, don't even cook, don't even think about it. Like they're like, not even a microwaved meal, because if it splashes on your lap, that's another injury, and we cannot afford any more injuries. Like
yeah,
we don't want you to come back. So I just stopped cooking after that because I would always cook for my mom. And then I stopped cooking, and then I just didn't really want to anymore. Even after like my mom passed away, I was only without like my mom passed away. I met Vincent like 4 months later. And those 4 months, I don't ever remember cooking really. I ate out a lot. I remember doing that. But yeah, I don't remember really cooking. I think I had a roommate for a little while and he liked to cook. But he was a weird soul too.
I don't
How are
mind cooking
you?
if there's people to eat it.
Yeah. And are you from Alabama?
Yes.
Is that I've never been to Alabama. I would love to go to Alabama.
Oh,
I bet
you
it's
want to
nice.
see a beautiful beach? Come to the Alabama beaches.
Really? I never would
Yes,
have.
Gulf Shores, Orange Beach.
Oh, I've been wanting to take a vacation this year. Vincent has like 18 days that he can take. He has to take them before a certain time, like before it's a year.
Go
And I'm like,
visit.
we need to go
I,
somewhere.
if you want to go, I would go in the off season.
Yeah,
In the
that's true.
summer, it's so packed. But if
Yeah.
you want beautiful white sandy beaches, they're gorgeous.
Ooh, I do like that. There's a beach in Florida that's like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like the number one beach in America or something. They have like a little sign there. I don't know. But the sand is like baby powder. It's there's no
yeah,
like little rocks. This you know what I mean? Like where like or like little shells or anything where it's like get your feet. It's like I never seen anything like it. And the water was so blue that you could see through it. That's the kind of water I like to go into when I can see through
yeah.
it a little bit, because I don't want no jellyfish coming to me. No,
Well, you have to worry
no
about the
octopus.
sharks now.
Yeah, sharks, octopus, or something. I mean, not an octopus, but you know what I mean. My boyfriend made me afraid of the ocean, and he's from California. I'm like, you don't love the ocean? He said he doesn't know how to swim. I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you're from California. Like, and he's like, why couldn't like he can doggy paddle, like tread water, like if he had to, but I guess he's not like a strong swimmer. And so he doesn't like to go, into the ocean. And I'm like, well, that makes sense, I guess, in a way, because I've been in the under, where the undercurrent or whatever takes you. And that is scary. It's a scary few seconds of your life.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, um, but like, I don't know. I said, you don't know how to swim. It's so weird to me. So I've been trying to get him to come to our pool for like 9 years now. He's like, no, I'm good. He's went down like one time, I think, or twice or something. He's not a water person. I am. Even if it's just sitting at like by the pool, just like having that water and being outside, that makes me happy. That makes me happy.
Yes. The beach is my happy place. I can go and not even walk on touch the sand, just the
Hmm.
view and the smell.
And
It
yeah, and
makes
just
me
the
happy.
sound, the smell too. Yeah, there's like, and it's like I sometimes we'll get like it'll be like at night and it'll like, I don't know, it gets that, it'll have like a beach feel, but you're not near the beach, but it'll like, you have like a little bit of wind where it's like a little
Mhm.
chilly. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Like there's it just smells like fresh in the air. And it's like, I'm like, it feels like we're near the ocean, but we're not right now. Like, I don't know. It'll just be like every once in a while we'll get that like, whereas I guess the humidity, maybe that's what it is. It's not so bad. It's bad here. Is it bad there?
Oh my goodness, the humidity is awful here.
Yeah. See, it's not
I
bad when
have
we go to
I have naturally curly hair, and
Mhm.
at the beach, I don't care. I keep it in a ponytail because it's gonna frizz up.
Yep. Yeah. That's one thing I do like about California is it's dry out there. So it's like even if you go to the beach and it's like 80 degrees, you sometimes need a jacket. It's like weird.
Oh god.
It's not like over here where the humidity is like crazy and you just want to get in the water right away. Like, you're just sweating
Yeah.
everywhere. Like over there, it's like really dry, like a dry heat.
Um,
And so I'm like, I can handle this heat. It was like 109 one day, and we were out just it was fine. Like we were out, it was hot, but it wasn't like over here.
yeah, it's supposed to rain today, and when I was cutting grass, it was probably in the 80s.
Hmm.
But with the humidity, I mean, I was soaking wet when I came in.
Yeah. So do you
Now,
have metal in your body?
oh yeah, I've got 2 plates and 8 screws in my leg.
Oh, you have a plate in your leg. Oh, that
Yes.
sounds like that would be even more painful than a rod.
Well, it's right at the ankle.
Oh, wow. So can you bend your ankle okay?
Yeah, yeah, my range
Like
of
like
motion's
above it or
pretty good
something?
in it. I did this about 15 years ago,
15 years.
and I just missed the last step on the back deck.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
kind of a funny story, though. I mean, it is now. It wasn't at the time, but we had just moved to North Carolina,
Mhm.
and I couldn't sleep. I'd been working all day and getting the house ready, and that night I couldn't sleep, so I was gonna go outside. I used to smoke, so I
Yeah.
went outside to go smoke, and I missed the last step on the deck. Well, my husband at the time was asleep, and the air conditioning unit was right beside our bedroom, so he couldn't hear me yelling. Even though I
Yeah.
think I woke my neighbors up, but I had to crawl back up those steps.
Oh gosh.
And I mean, I didn't know I broke anything. I just knew I couldn't put any pressure on my foot.
Yeah, you're just like evaluating the scene in your head as you're going.
Well, I blacked out for a little while. I don't know how long, but
Oh,
I finally got up on and I started yelling for him. And you remember in the cartoons, like with Scooby Doo, how he would take off running and he'd just run in place.
yeah.
My ex-husband came running down the hall, and when he got to the turn, it was like he was Scooby Doo running in place in his underwear.
He didn't know what to do.
Well, he was yelling, "Do I need to get?" He thought somebody attacked me. He was like, "Do I need to get the gun? Do I need to get the gun?" Well, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to,
It's okay. No, you're
scare you.
fine. You're fine.
And I'm like, "No, I fell." Well, of course, I had on my worst pajamas, so and my foot sitting there dangling around. Well,
Oh
Gracie
goodness.
was my daughter was 4 or 5. I think she was 5 at the time,
Mhm.
and well, he ended up getting me out to the car, and we're like, "Where's the hospital?" We didn't even know where the
You
hospital
just
was.
moved there. Oh goodness.
Yeah, thankfully it was just a couple of miles down the road, but
Oh man.
ended up having a great surgeon, and they
See, you
took
guys,
care
a
of
lot of
me.
you guys felt it, like, and like me, I kind of blacked out. So thank the good Lord. I thank him all the time for that. I mean, so I don't remember a lot. Like, and I don't remember the pain, like of, that the first, the impact and then the pain. I don't really remember that. I feel like what I do remember is my face going numb, like that, and that's it. Like hitting like the airbag and then just numbness, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the EMT said I was talking to him and everything. He's
that's
like, "Yeah, you were
wild.
talking about your mom." He was like, "You just kept saying her like mom over and over again, like." at times. I guess I was just going like, mom, mom, mom. And I was like, well, either A, I wanted my mom because who doesn't want their mommy when, they're not feeling good?
Oh,
And
yeah.
B, or my dad was actually killed in a car accident like a mile down the road. And so maybe I was like, I ain't going out like this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't putting my mom through that. That would have, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine it. You know what I mean? Like, that would have put her in the grave right then and there. Like, she would have, because,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, oh goodness. But I mean, even when she saw me, like, I remember the first time she saw me, like, they told, I guess they told her, like, try not to stress her out. Like, I couldn't have any stress. They thought that I'd have like a stroke or something like that. They were saying from
Oh,
all, I guess,
wow.
all the injuries and just no anxiety. Like, they were like, you cannot be anxious. Like, you just cannot. And so I'm like, okay. And then, I see my mom and she's like trying not to be anxious. And I'm just like, I knew I wasn't where I used to live, like that hospital, because I've been in that hospital before for car accidents once or twice. Um, and so when I opened my eyes at first, I like looked up at the ceiling. I did like a once around like of the wallpaper, or like to see if there was like this certain wallpaper that showed me that it was Adena Hospital. And I was like, oh, we're not at Adena. And I looked at my aunt because she was like on the side of me. My mom was like kind of in front of me. And I said something like, what I do this time or something like that was like the first words are out of my mouth. And my aunt was like, you got yourself into so much shit. She's like, but it's not your fault, honey. She was a nurse and stuff. She kind of, but we kind of all like laughed. And I'm in there with no eye. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know there was something over my eye because I was just they've had me probably on every painkiller out there. They give her another one, like I couldn't feel anything when I woke up. And I noticed my brother, and that's when I knew it was bad. I was like, oh, this is bad. And that's when I looked at my aunt because I was like, my brother's never been like when I was in a bad car accident when I was 18. And then 3 weeks later, a lady hit us, rear ended us going like 55. So I was in like 2 bad car accidents within like 3 weeks. And my brother didn't come there. He would come see me the next day or something at the house, or
Oh,
something
wow.
like that. So I knew it was bad when him and his wife were standing there too. And I'm like, oh, this is a party.
Do you have anxiety when you're in the car?
I do, not with Vincent. I can actually sleep. It's so weird. He has this Acura. That he has a new car now, so he doesn't drive that as much. But his Acura has like a hum to it. It's just like this hum, and I can get in that car, and within like 5 minutes, I could be sleeping, and it's the best sleep I ever had in my life. And
Oh,
I
wow.
trust him. And even like we'll come like from like Ohio State down, and it's about an hour. We're about an hour and a half from there, so I'll sleep like it's yeah, I don't know. It's just, but it's him. I mean, if it was someone else, I'd be more alert. If it was like somebody that wasn't driving well, I would definitely be like, I'm getting out of the car. um,
I've,
now that
I've
I'm
never
older.
even, I've never even been in a car accident and I have bad anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, I had the worst. I had bad anxiety before all of this. And then it just kind of was like, something extra that, to add to the plate of, bullcrap things that were happening. But I've always really stayed positive. I don't know how. Like, I really don't know how. I think you just don't have a choice. Because I actually, when you were talking about your leg and like having to like drag it and stuff, I actually broke a metal screw in my leg. One of the
Ooh.
titanium screws, like, and it's a bolt. Like, they're very thick. I don't even, you couldn't even break that. Like, I don't even know what you'd use to break a bolt screw. Like, it's a bolt. Like, it's, like, like this long and it's, it's like really big. But I was getting, I'm impatient. I'm an impatient person. And so me and my mom went with her friend Pam. She lived beside her. They became friends. And she took us to like the store or something like that. And I was wanting to get out of the car, and she had an Explorer, and it was only like this much off the ground. It wasn't really that high, but my mom was in the back getting stuff out of the trunk, and I thought she forgot about me. So I was like, well, I'll just get out myself. I'm fine. I can do it, right? Nope, I can't do it. I was with a walker. I kind of hopped out, not like thinking that you can't hop like that right now. And so I was like, oh, that kind of hurt, but it didn't hurt that bad. So I went on with my day. That night at like 8 or 9, my mom had left actually to go to the store. So we was doing somewhere else during the day because I remember her being at the store. And I remember within 20 minutes, the cat got out the door, something else happened, and then my foot just started getting this pain. And it was like something like I had never felt in my life. And I was just like dragging my foot around. Like I couldn't stand on it. I was just like dragging it behind me. And I was about to go to the hospital that night, but I think I had like an appointment the next day. So I don't know how I suffered through that, but I did. And they took an x-ray and they were like, well, you broke the screw in half. And I was like,
Ouch.
what? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, I've never seen anyone do this before. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm lucky like that. She's like, well, do you want them taken out? Because she said my legs were healed enough at that point. I was out of the wheelchair onto the walker and stuff that she could take those screws out of my legs. And I was like, yes, please. Because every time I shaved, I nicked the screw up by my knee every time.
Mhm.
It was just like I would even go slow, but it was just something I would always do it. My mom, I would always tell my mom, I just nicked myself again. So we ended up having the surgery and they took the screws out like September of the following year, I think, or maybe the same year.
Now, do you still have metal in your mouth? I mean,
Yeah,
in
I
your
have
jaw
metal. Yeah, I have metal like all through my face, like from so I broke like
with screws?
with screws, yeah. And they actually put too many screws in. So I have a plate like right here, like a metal plate. And my one of my ophthalmologists, he was telling me, and he was my ophthalmologist this whole time. Why didn't he tell me this when he was in there doing his thing is beyond me. But he's like, the person that put your screws in your metal plates, which I never met him because the night he did my surgery, he left to go to New York to go start a new job. So we never got to meet. So I never got to know what was really done in there other than by my ophthalmologist. And he said they were only supposed to put 2 screws in that plate. And he's like, he put 8 screws in that plate. And he's like, do you want
Oh
me to take the
wow.
plate out? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, is my face going to cave in? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Um,
Sometimes a little bit, but nothing real. It doesn't hurt that bad. Like I'll get like a little pain, here or there. It's nothing
well, let
like
me
where.
tell you what happened to my older brother.
Mhm.
He had a severe underbite,
Yeah.
so they broke his jaw and wired his mouth shut. He got really skinny during this time.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah. I went down to 95 pounds.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
But it was maybe 20, 25, 30 years later, which he's 60 now, but um he started having a lot of jaw pain and he
Uh-huh.
went back to the doctor. Some of his screws come loose from his jaw. So they had to go in and take them out.
So did he
I
get all the
mean,
meds
he
taken
was
out?
having sinus problems and
I have
headaches and
sinus
jaw
problems.
pain. Do what?
I have sinus problems, and I'm gonna ask the ENT about it because I just
Yeah,
feel like there's I feel like I can't blow my nose that much. Like something's weird there, but then again, I'm numb. So it's
yeah,
just like it's one of those things. I was actually gonna look up. I think I have a picture somewhere.
yeah. They ended up having to take his out. But I mean, he had them for a very, very long time. So,
Wonder if they
but
could
I've
do that
always
with mine.
worried about that one of my screws because I broke my ankle in 3 places. I broke the little bone half in 2, and that's where the plate and 7 screws are. And
Oh,
then on the big bone, it did like a wishbone, like where the ball part is.
yeah.
It goes up, and then on the back side, it goes up and almost meets it. So in the ball part, I've got a really, really long screw right there, and I've always worried that they're gonna come undone one day.
I don't even know if I have any other than my face. I have screws in my foot, I think. But they did take the metal out of my wrist. They ended up taking that out a couple years after my accident, maybe 3 years maybe afterwards. I don't know why they took it out. They did what's that called? Carpal tunnel
Yeah.
surgery. They did that on this wrist and they took the metal out. Now I wish they would have done it on this wrist too, but this wrist wasn't hurt in the accident, so I don't know if it's like I don't think technically it would fall under my insurance for that. But this one's starting to feel a little bad. But
Yeah.
this one doesn't. This one's okay. But yeah, they took the metal out, and then I got this tattoo, and it means it is finished. The last words, Jesus said on the cross, and I got it because it like for new life, new beginnings.
Oh,
We
I
ain't
love
going back.
that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we ain't going back. We staying over here. And so I don't know. Like I think with me, like I had a good support team. Not just like I didn't have a lot of friends at that point at time, which was really sad. Like I had friends when I was in the hospital. Everybody no one knew what to do, right? Because Tanya almost died. Like that was the thing. Like Tanya's blown up like a damn balloon in the hospital. Like I guess I was like 4 times the size of what I normally am. And so when my friends did come up, they were terrified. Like one of them had to leave the room. She was crying. She was so upset. She's like one of my best friends in the whole world. But they would buy me stuff like I guess I now that I thought I had to think about it, it took me years to be like, oh, that's why they bought me that. So when I went in, I had painted my own fingernails and I did a damn good job. And I don't do good jobs on my nails. That's why I get them done. So I was really like proud of them and they were red and then my toes were done and they looked so good. And what happened was when they took me in the hospital, they took the paint off one nail so they could do my pressure, like my CO2 or whatever, right? They took the nail polish off, just one nail. And I freaked out about it, I guess, when I woke up. And my friends went out and bought me like a pedicure kit with like so many nail polish, like every color you can imagine. I never painted my nails ever. That was like a one-time fluke. Like I never had my nails painted ever. So I was like, why did they buy me all this stuff? Are they saying something to me? But they didn't know what to do at that time. Well, thank you, Jet Set, for the jewels and the flower. Thank you. But yeah, they didn't know what to do. So my room was full of stuff, like just everything that you could possibly think of, just clothes, jewelry, cards, balloons, just gift cards. I mean, just pictures. They would like my brother brought a picture of himself up there and his wife. Like, I don't want to be looking at you guys. I'm just kidding. I love that picture. I don't want to be looking at y'all. No, my brother. It was great. My brother's actually working at Ohio State when this all happened. He's a welder in the union, so it was perfect because he could come and see me and check on me if I, and make sure I was cool. But when I left the hospital, it was like a ghost town, and that is what affected me probably the most out of everything. Out of losing my eye, the car accident itself, everything, the rehabilitation, everything. That was probably the hardest for me because I needed my friends. And like there was plans to be, we were supposed to hang out like the day after my accident. We were all supposed to have like a dinner at my house. And I just remember like crying so hard when everyone had a different excuse it was the stupidest, pettiest excuse. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
One was like, my boyfriend doesn't want me to leave town or something. Like, are you kidding me? Break up with him. Like, what do you mean he doesn't want you to leave town? You're going to you're coming to my mama's and you're coming to see me.
It's like that when I broke my leg. We didn't know a soul in North Carolina, not a single person. And my ex had only been on his job 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And yes, it was awful. But I'm stubborn and pig-headed. I learned to do everything on my own, and
that's all I am.
Let's just say I'm not very graceful on crutches.
I don't do crutches. I cannot do. They hurt my arm.
And they hurt your arms so bad.
Yeah,
but I ended up getting a walker and a wheelchair.
That's what I did. I did a walker, a wheelchair, and then this guy made me a really nice cane, wooden cane, and it was engraved. My mom lived in a 60+ community, so first day I come there, right? I'm a talkative, extroverted person. Like I'm more introverted now, way more introverted. But back then I was just like, hey, everybody, I'm here. And I'm like with my wheelchair, I had like 6 people that were probably between 65 and 80. They were all sitting under this tree with me. My mom walks out and she's like, what the hell? We were just talking about life. And they were just like asking me about my injuries. And they were just like, if you ever need anything, honey. And I was like, well, if you ever need anything. So then I became friends with them. I like dropped one lady off crossword puzzles when I'd get them. I'd go over there and give them to her and
Yeah.
talk to her for a minute. And then, just like Faye, I'd go talk to her. And Pam was like my number one, my mom's my mom became best friends with this lady and she would smoke. And, I would have these episodes where I would get upset and it would be like one of those just out of nowhere. I would just kind of like scream for a minute. I just wanted to scream for a minute because I was mad, like I wasn't mad, but it would come out of nowhere where I was mad. Like it was probably just in the back of my head. And as soon as Pam would hear my voice cut, fluctuate up, because we lived side by side, you could hear everything. She'd come walking over and she'd knock on the door and she'd come in, she'd say, honey, and she has like a southern accent and I just loved it. Honey, who's bothering you? Honey, who's bothering you? Like something like that. You want to smoke? And my mom would be like, please.
The thing that made me so mad was it was my right leg, so I couldn't drive.
Oh, yeah.
And Gracie was about to start kindergarten and, I never let her ride the bus ever. Yeah. And she's 21 now.
My mom's the same way.
Yeah. My oldest son came up and stayed a while. He thought about going to college there because that was during his college time. Mm-hmm. But he just took a little time off to come help me and drive me and help me get groceries, take Gracie to school.
That's really nice. That sounds like something I would do for my mom. Because my brother's married and has kids. And so it kind of fell on me because like I wasn't married with kids or something. You know what I mean? So like when mom needed taken care of, well, who's she going to call? She's going to call me.
Yep.
And what am I going to do? I'm going to leave immediately and go straight to her. That's what I do. That's what I did. And it was
the same thing.
We moved from our house. The deal was I was moving to Columbus. My mom was moving to Greenfield. And that was like what we were going to do. And I guess I would drive down and see her. I couldn't even have pictured that really in life. I mean, I was away from her for a little bit, but not that long. And so I think my mom was there 3 days and she called me because my aunt moved her there to be closer to my aunt. And my aunt and my mom they're like polar opposites. And she's like, get me out of here, Tanya. She's like, I hate it here. As soon as I walked into that little apartment, I don't care if it was a cardboard box. It felt like home. It felt like, you know what I mean? Like wherever your parents are or where, that's home. And like, so.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I was like, I know you hate it. I hate it for you. I don't like it either because like, there's nothing to do here. There's 3,000 people that live in this town. And 2,000 of them are on meth. So it's like, what I mean? It was bad. Like it was really bad. Like this town was like, where did you move my mother? Like, like one of those deals. So then my aunt, she liked to try to separate us. So then the fire happened and my aunt was like, well, it burned my mom's apartment down pretty much. So she couldn't live there. So that's when she went to this 60+ retirement community. And I was going to stay in the apartment that we had gotten for a while. And so I was like, okay. So then we were still in the same town, but we were like not together. The first time was I moved out and I moved into a house and then I moved back. And then the second time was she moved to that apartment. And then I ended up having that car accident like 2 weeks later. It was like nothing could keep us apart. It was like fire couldn't keep us apart. Car accidents couldn't keep us apart. and every time my aunt was just like, you could tell she was seething because it was like, I'm back. And it was because I was stronger. You know what I mean? Like I had the mouth that my mom needed, right? I got it from my father. And
That's
was
me
like,
too.
yeah. And so it was like, you're not going to mess with her. Like we're not going to do that. You know what I mean? We're not going to do that right now. So I finally ended up moving out. And then 3 months later, my mom passed away. And it was like, you know what I mean? Or maybe 4 months. I don't even think it was that long.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I think it was like a month and a half. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I think I put too many months on that because I moved in September and she died October 30th. So it wasn't long. Like after I left, it was, and then I was like, should I have stayed? But then I ended up meeting Vincent and it's been perfect. You know what I mean? Like I like look around and I'm like, you're blessed. You know what I mean? Like I might not have everything, which definitely don't. But I have like what I need. You know what I mean? So
Well,
I just,
you're alive and you're healthy now.
yeah. And I'm just like, I'm like, that stuff makes you grateful. It really does. Especially when you have to learn how to do everything again. I mean, every
Oh,
single
yeah.
thing. Every, I mean,
When I
we did
broke my
like,
leg, it took me almost 6 months to walk unaided.
yeah. Well, like the big thing for me was just like independence. Like, because I couldn't
Hmm.
even go to the bathroom by myself for like 3 weeks or something like that. It wasn't that long, but it was long enough to where it was like you go to the bathroom a few times a day. But the nurses
Yeah.
were always sweet. They knew that I had it, like I could transfer. And they were always like, we'll stand on the other side of the door, close it, just holler for us. You know what I mean? Like, well, like we're not going to be in here with you. We won't do that to you. But like, they were close enough, make sure I could transfer and everything. And because you have to transfer from the wheelchair to the toilet and you have to use like this wooden board to do it. It's
Yeah.
so um
Hey, I learned how to take a shower by myself.
me too. Me too. With one hand. One hand because I had to bag up this one. And I was like, I got this. I had to bag up my legs like halfway up. But I was like, we still going to do this. We're still going to do this.
my
My
my ex
sister-in-law would
put
do it too.
my ex put me in the bathtub, like a big garden tub one time when I had my big cast stone that came up above my knee. I thought we was gonna have to call the fire department and get my big ass out of there.
You're so down deep you could he
So,
wasn't strong enough. That was the
well,
problem. It wasn't
well,
you.
I was slippery too. But I ended up taking my daughter's little stool that she would stand on to brush
Yeah.
her teeth. I put it in her shower, in her bathtub,
Mhm.
and I'd put a little hand towel on top of it so it wouldn't be slippery. And
That's a
at
good
first,
idea.
I'd wrap my leg up with a garbage bag and all that. And finally, I just learned how to put the shower curtain around it. But I'd slide from the toilet to the side of the bathtub and then get on
Mhm.
that and
I had to get it. I had to like have
shampoo
an
my own
actual shower.
hair.
Like I had the tub thing, like the seat.
Uh
Like
huh.
they sent me home with the whole 9 yards. Like pretty much. My brother was even looking at medical beds for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not that. It's not that bad. But we trying
I,
to give him Tony.
I gotta tell
He
you
wanted me to
something
be
funny.
comfortable. He really like I remember I had a phone and it was one of those junky like prepaid phones. It was the worst thing ever. The screen was probably this big. I mean, like it was so small. And he came and brought me one of those huge like the AirPad Airs or whatever they are, like the biggest screened ones. It looks like a computer, like a lot. I'm like, this
Uh
thing's
huh.
huge. He's like, yeah, I took it from Mari. That's my niece. He's like, she'll be fine without it for a few weeks. And he's like, you can talk to your friends like on Facebook on this, and like you can see better. And like, just because he was trying to help because I lost my eye. So it was sweet. It was sweet. But and I used the heck out of that thing. I love that thing. It's just
Let me tell you a funny story that happened recently. This past February, I had rotator cuff surgery, and
oh,
it was on my right shoulder, and I'm right-handed and dominant with my right hand now. Well, before surgery, I was like, "Oh gosh, how am I going to do what you need to do when you go to the bathroom?"
exactly. Yep.
You know how you do your sleuthing for your true crime, your
Yeah.
research, and all that. I did research. So if
That's so fun.
anybody has rotator cuff surgery and you're wondering how you're going to wipe, They make a stick that
Do
will
they?
aid you. And
I
you
guess
can
it could
put,
be for bigger people.
well, it's for the elderly and pregnant women mostly,
Okay.
but it's good for rotator cuff surgery too.
Yeah, I
But you
could.
just
No,
put
that's
toilet paper or a wipe on it and
yeah.
you can reach it.
I remember like there was a nurse that came in one day because I had to like, do the bedpan thing. I did the catheter thing. If the TMI is coming, I did the catheter thing, then the bedpan thing. And I remember this woman came in and she just took the extra time with me, like to like clean me and you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Just be gentle compared to like the other nurses. And her name was Lisa, and I'll never forget her. I remember I had to learn how to write again, even. And I like scribbled her name down. It was like so unlegible. But I remember like I like thinking I gotta write this down in this book that I had. Because at that time I was still had my, my right hand, I could write and everything. But I remember writing her name down and I was like, she was like an angel sent from above. I said, I never saw her again. Like, you know how I am. I'm like, where'd she go? Where was that nurse?
Yeah.
She was so kind, and that's what you need, like kindness. And you need people to help you whenever you are injured. Like reach
Oh
out to your
yeah.
injured friends, even if it's 10 years later. Like I've been talking about that on the channel. I wish that when there was accidents, car accidents, or any kind of accident that wasn't your fault and you're injured in that accident, severely injured, where it's lifelong injuries, I feel like there should be a way that the state comes back and they come back to you in 10 years and they ask you like, what's going on with you at this point? Or you know what I mean? To where you can be like,
Yeah.
well, I lost my eye. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like this when you first have an accident, and you're going through the lawyer stuff, like and everything, you're not thinking straight at all. Like you're like me, I knew I wasn't gonna get nothing. My lawyer's like, he ain't got a pot to piss in, Tanya. I'm so sorry. Like it was one of those deals. I'll tell you, I got $2,600.
Oh
That's
my
it. That's
goodness.
all. That's it. That's all. And it's because his insurance when he got it, it was still 12,500. It switched to 25,500 like a month or so afterwards or something weird. Or like maybe even like less than that time. But he had the lowest amount of insurance on his passenger. And so after lawyer fees, my lawyer even cut his fee down from like 4% to 3%. He's still like my lawyer if I ever need him. He's like, if you ever need me for anything, call me. And he is like 5'2", but he has like a little mouth on him. He'll go in and he'll do his thing. I like him. But no, I really do like him, especially like if that person, like in my case, he was charged with 4 counts of felony vehicular assault. Like and that wasn't because of me. I didn't put no charges. They asked me, do you want charges? I said no. Then the state picked it up. And then they asked me for my health paperwork, like all of my documents, like from the doctors. And I like kind of refused for a while because I felt bad for him, even though
Was
he
he
wasn't really bad
speeding
for
or
me.
anything?
It was like a one thing. It was like a one-sided relationship in a way. Like I was being nice to him and asking him how he was doing and stuff, but he wasn't doing
Yeah.
the same to me. So then the state picked it up and I was like, it's out of my hands. Like, like, and then he also had a weapon on him
Oh goodness.
and he's allowed to have it. He has a concealed carry. He was military and it was in the trunk. I didn't even know it was there, or I would have, we just dropped we got beer, like we got like a case of beer or something. And we dropped that from my mom's apartment to my apartment. We dropped it off before we even went down to like Chillicothe to hang out. So it was like we were being responsible by taking the alcohol out of the car. Why didn't we just take the gun out of the car too? Like I didn't know it was there. Or I would have been like, let's just put that in my apartment. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not on us. But he
Yeah.
could have had it if he would have like left it locked in the box in the back in the trunk. But he didn't.
Oh wow.
He pointed it at me. Then a car pulled over, and that's when the cops pulled over. Cop pulled over, walked up to him, and he shoved it in like his pocket or his waistband. I can't remember. We read the report on one of my lives. I did like a 3-hour live. It was really good. That live was actually really, really good because I read all of the police reports and everything, like the accident report. That way I could be like, here it is. I'm, like, it wasn't me that was driving. Like, it's, I mean, not like anybody wouldn't believe me, but, here's everything that was said, all that stuff. But yeah, like I would call him. It was a one-sided thing. My friend Misty, and I love her so much. She's like the one person that can like calm me down when I'm like beyond like Vincent's help. She'll come in and rescue me. But she was so mad. She was like, that is freaking pocket change. Like, and I'm like, I know, but I just kept saying, I want to have class and I want to have my dignity after this, like, I don't want people saying like she ran him through the mud, which I should have in reality, but I didn't, because I felt like if I did that, then am I any better than like him? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I just wanted to kind of like move on from it in a way too.
Was
Like,
he not injured?
he got oh, okay. So I'm in the hospital, third day in, I'm like this on a Dilaudid pump. And I'm like pumping it every 10 minutes, but I'm pumping it like every 3 because I'm like falling asleep and I'm waking up. And he comes in, he had 3 stitches in his knee, which he didn't show me those, but he did show me his seatbelt burn that he got. That was it. Seatbelt burn.
Oh, wow.
And 3 stitches in his knee. And he comes in and he brings me magazines to read, which was nice if they weren't weight loss magazines.
Oh my
when
goodness.
115 pounds at the time. And I'm looking at his mother because there was just, when I met her, Mary Ann, I know your name, honey. When I met her, just there was something like a bad vibe. And so I just didn't I don't know, just a bad vibe. Like my mom even saw it, like me, like I kind of looked at her, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She was sitting there like filing her nails. Like my mom even saw it, like, just like it was like nothing. Like, are we ready to go? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you kidding? He should have been sitting there every second of the day with me. In reality, are you okay? Do you want me to get you anything? Can I get you anything? Because
for real,
this wasn't my fault at all. And so his mom ended up I ended up having to go to the court. Well, I would go into court and I would be sitting in the pews or whatever. And she would try to like intimidate me. She would try to come over and like sit near me, or she would sit there and just stare at me the whole time. And to the point where the cops, I didn't say anything. I was just sitting there. The cops came in and removed her because they noticed it.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, they know. They were like, what are you doing to her? Like, I was in a wheelchair and everything. Like, I looked so pathetic. You know what I mean? Like, I was so small. I was sitting like this with my arms because I couldn't unclench them. It was like I physically could not. It was just like my coping thing. And she's trying to like bully me. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, at the time, she was probably 60. And I was, 27, 28. And you know what I mean? Like you're bullying a 20-some-year-old that is in a wheelchair. Like, for heaven's sake. How long ago was my accident? My accident was 12 years ago. It feels like it feels like yesterday, kind of. Some days it does. Some days it don't. Some days it feels like, I've been through a lot. I have been through a lot. I've been through a lot of surgeries. But I keep pushing. I have another surgery coming up. I'll have one by the end of the year. I had a surgery. I can't remember when it was. It was probably like 4 or 5 months ago. And they took filler from my stomach and they put it into like my face to make it more symmetrical. So they did
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And they did like here. They did my lips. Okay. So I don't know if my lips just didn't want to accept the fat. Because when I first got it done, girl, I'll have to email you a picture because it's bad. It's ugly. So I don't want to show it here. But
sweetie, if you need some fat, I can volunteer some of mine.
Well, I have enough in my tummy area, I thought. So like my lips were huge. They were so big that okay, Vincent was calling them Hollywood lips, but they were even bigger than that. Like they were so big. And I'm like, oh my God, these are going to go down surely. So then after like, because I remember I wasn't showing my face online. So then after like a few days, about like 5 days maybe, I think, I came on and they were looking really good. Like my bottom lip was looking good. I wish my top lip, I was like thinking, I wish it was a little bigger, but it was looking good. And then like 2 days after that, gone. Like I feel like my lips look the same as they did before the surgery, maybe a little bigger. I don't think so, though. I'm like, I don't think so. So yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I might try it again if this person will do it, because the last lady I had, that kind of wasn't in like our schedule, you know, like when we were talking about everything else. But when I was getting ready to go back, I was like, if you want to hit me with some injections in my lips, that'd be great. And she's like, I got you. And I'm like, I got you. I love you. My surgeons are really good though, like that. Like I have really, really good surgeons. And if you ask them to do something and they're already in there, you know what I mean? Unless it's like, it's not like, you know what I mean? That was something simple. She just injects a little bit. They'll usually do it for you. You know what I mean? They like to make people happy, especially when you're going through surgery.
Yeah.
Thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. I really do. I feel, I don't want to say like I feel beautiful, but I do feel like I feel nice compared to where I first started. You know what I mean? And I wish I had that picture like when I first got my eye, even because it was wrong eye. It was completely like sunken in when I first got it. And we had to work and work and, you know what I mean, tweak it and surgery and surgery and surgery. You know, like wait, a lot of surgeries just to like kind of get it to where it was back to, you know, what I look like. But my mom got to see it before she died. Like, you know, she got to see me look like myself. Like she told, I remember my surgeon, Dr. Craven, she's my favorite out of everybody. She was leaving the practice and my mom told her, she's like, you did it. And Dr. Craven was like, what do you mean? She's like, I told you guys the first night that my daughter was in the car accident, before she even saw me, she said, just because they took her into like a little special room, like my family, before they seen me, like to tell them about my injuries and stuff. And she was like, just make her look like she did before. Like, you know what I mean? Just whatever you got to do, just like make her look like she looked before. And like she told the doctor, she's like, you did that. And like Dr. Craven, of course, was crying. I'm crying. We're all crying because she's leaving anyway. And she was like my favorite doctor. And you could tell like she did like a lot of the work to get like, you know, she was a resident and then she became the doctor, like all within the time of like me knowing her. So it was like she grew with me, you know, and she did a lot of the stuff with my face. And so I'm like forever grateful for her. But yeah, they did one surgery. It was a hypnotic surgery. And I'll never do it again. Okay, I did it one other time when I did my teeth, but I'll never probably do it again ever. But it's where you're like awake. You can like choose to be awake or asleep, kind of. Like I had it done on my mouth, so I did have it done 3 times. I had it done on my mouth when they took off the wires. I just fell asleep because they were working on my mouth. Well, when they're working on your eye, even if it's your fake eye, like you can't keep your other eye closed. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm just sitting there and I have my eye open and I'm hearing everything, but you can't move. Like it's not fun, but it sounds scary, but it's not that scary. But it's not like the funnest thing because you can't, you know what I mean? You don't need to be moving anyway though. So I remember her putting a piece of like, not like gauze, but something like that, like over my eye. She's like, you can't look at me while I'm doing this. And then she puts on the music and I'm like, oh, hell no, they're not. It was Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. They were playing the whole Bruno Mars CD and I'm just like laughing so hard in my head, but I can't like, you know, produce it. And so I was just, I mean, it made me laugh so hard. I was like, because she had never done a hypnotic, like, you know, surgery before. And she wanted to get one done at Ohio State before she left. And I'm like, I'll be the guinea pig. And I was like, we ain't doing that again, girl. I was like, I didn't like that one. Because like, you know, because it was the eye, you just couldn't keep your eye closed. So it was like, I was awake kind of, but then I wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. I felt fine. Like it wasn't like I was wanted to move and I couldn't, and it was like a big thing or anything like that. It's just, they just give you the option if you want to sleep or not, kind of. And I didn't have that option.
Oh no, they'd have
Hey,
to knock
Glenn,
me out.
welcome in, everybody. Yeah, no, and now we do that. We knock me out. Like this last surgery, they went in, they took like 2 tubes and they like sucked out the fat or whatever. That hurt worse than anything in my face. My stomach was so bruised when I woke up. Just not even like, how you bruise like later on. It was like
Mhm.
already automatic.
Oh
Like
gosh.
I was like, when I saw my stomach, it was just like the whole thing was bruised. I was like, I've never been this bruised, even after my accident. Like, this is bad. But they said, I asked them I was like, will you take out more filler? That way, I said, I know I'm going to need it. I know me. I know me. And we needed it. Um, and she's like, well, it might go bad. And, and I'm like, okay. And then she's like, but we could do the surgery again. How much is the surgery? I wonder. You know what I mean? Like, how much are you charging me, lady?
For real.
Of course we can do it again. Of course we can do it again. It's so funny. Does anybody have any questions in the chat? I just been kind of looking at you guys reading a little bit. Oh yeah, you fractured your femur, Ladybug said before. See, that's another thing. Femur. Like there are certain bones and injuries that I'm like, oh my God. And I've been through a lot. I'm sure that a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle like an eye injury, but I'm that person. Like I could never put Visine in my eyes, even like when I was younger, you'd be smoking with your friends. You got to go home. That's what we used to do anyway, because we had nothing else to do. And my friends would they'd be like sitting there, like trying to open my eyes. And I couldn't put anything in there. I just was so afraid. And I'm still like that. I could do eye drops now, but if it were like a contact lens, no, I ain't doing it. Like on my real eye, fake eye, yeah, all day, but no. I realize I wouldn't be able to do that. And then there's a girl on TikTok that she has a fake eye. I can't remember her name. She's a big creator and she will like do transitions. And she has like millions of followers or something. Like she gets all these views. And I'm like, okay, share the views because I've got a fake eye too. But she'll do like a transition where she'll have like her regular eye in and then she'll just like do this. And then it's like a different eye, but it's like freaky looking or like just very weird. I don't know where she gets them. I would be afraid maybe to put them in, like, you know what I mean? Depending on where you get them.
Yeah.
But, because like they have to shape your eye. Like you can't have a circle one because that's not going to work, right? I mean, your eyes are not circle like that. But I'm assuming she gets them somewhere good because she has so many followers. But I'm like, that is really interesting. Like I would love to do that. But the only thing with me is I can't put my eye back in. I can take it out. Putting it back in is real hard for me. I can't do it. Vincent is the man for that. He stepped
Does
right
it
up.
hurt?
It doesn't hurt. It just it's like uncomfortable. Like, but when they take it out, like, so when it comes out about 5 seconds after it's out, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I'm ready to get that back in just because like, it feels like something's just missing. And so, and then you can feel like the air, I don't know, and stuff. So it's just kind of weird. I think I actually have a transition video I did for my eye. Maybe I'll post that on TikTok or something. But yeah, because I did a transition video whenever I got it cleaned the last time. So then it's just white behind my eye. Like it's just like white, kind of like looks like tissue. It's not like scary or anything to look at. But as soon as they take it out, I'm like, I'm ready for it to be back in. And then this last time, my doctor that puts it in all the time, he even said, he's like, it's hard to get this thing back in. I'm like, I thought it was. Because like when I had surgery before, like I think they made it a little bit like tighter because they were trying to like lift my lower lid. I get surgeries done. It's usually that, like lifting the lower lid, lifting the upper lid, because I'll start to get like tears that just kind of go down my face. They don't like drain, because all of them can't drain through like my nasal passage. That's the way they're supposed to be going now. So yeah, It's crazy. I and I people ask me this all the time, like, do I and Vincent's actually asked me this before, like, do I ever miss having my eye? Um, and I don't. I don't miss it. I mean, I wish I had it, obviously, but I don't miss the person I was. I mean, she was a great person and a nice person, but this I don't know when after you've had stuff done to you like that, you just have more empathy towards other people.
Yeah.
You think about things before you do them. Like even just going into the bathroom, you will never catch me using that handicap stall. Nope, you ain't gonna catch me doing that because of the fact that I was in a wheelchair. It was only 6 months, but like you
Hmm.
go in there and someone's in there and they're like, or like it's like just somebody like, and I don't know, it's fine. People can use it, right? That's what it's there for. But it just sucks when you go in there and you have to go to the bathroom so bad and you can't go into the one you could fit into because you can't fit into the other ones. Like your wheelchair ain't fitting in there. And my wheelchair is pretty small, so I could take a lot of places. Just like that, like those little things, I think of that. What else? I mean, just being helpful. I hold the door open a lot for people, but that doesn't really help with metal or anything. But I just do it just so I just like the little interaction, the thank you, you're welcome, have a great day. I'm a door holder. It's something about people in Ohio. They could seriously, someone could be getting out of their car halfway through the parking lot. You're at the door and you'll be holding it for them. That's an
I do the
Ohio
same
thing.
thing. What's
Yeah, or
funny
like
is
yeah,
my
you do like the cross, like when you're at like a four-way stop and you're like, you go, no, you go.
I needed my brother to go with me to Home Depot the other day, and he's an amputee.
Uh-huh.
And
What is amputee, like leg or arm or
leg,
leg?
yeah, he had broken his ankle twice. One was when he was a teenager, and they had put mesh in it back then. And anyway, the second time he broke it was about 7 years ago,
Oh wow.
and he ended up getting osteomyelitis, and he's a diabetic. So he's a below the knee amputee, and he, bless his heart, he has had the worst time with this. They
Oh
just had to
no.
go back and cut more of it off. It's still
Oh,
below the knee though, but
that's terrible. That's so terrible. You already
it
lose
is.
and then they take more.
Well,
You
he has so much nerve pain,
Oh.
and he refuses to get hooked on. He had a good friend that died from. He was an amputee too,
Mhm.
and he ended up taking too many meds.
Mm.
And my brother swears he will not do that. Now he'll get him a little bit of that little smoky smoke
Yeah, yeah.
to help him, but anyway, we were going in Home Depot. Well, we went to Home Depot, and then I'm like, well, I'll take you to eat. So we were going to the Mexican restaurant, and he held the door open for this older couple to come out. Well, the
Mhm.
old man wouldn't come out until I walked in.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet.
But
The
I
other
was,
day the other day, Vincent came and opened the door for me, and I'm like, "Oh, you opened the door for me?" And he was like, "Well, I would just want to actually check out my door, make sure there wasn't anything going on." I'm like, "I hate you," because he's not like that. Because he doesn't really know, but he is like that. Like it's weird. He never had a girlfriend before me, so I mean, he was 28 or no, yeah, I think he was like 28 when we met. Yeah, because I was 30. So he was like 27, 20, 28 when we met. And so like he was older even, you know what I mean? And he like, I don't know, when I asked him, I'm like, you never had like a little girlfriend in school or anything? And he's like, no. And I'm like, but you know how to do everything. Like, like you know how to be a gentleman. You are a gentleman. You know how to, I mean, obviously if you're putting someone's prosthetic eye back in their head,
well, hang on to him
you're
then.
doing something right, man. Your mom, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, your mom, Haru, if you're listening right now, you raised a good one. You raised two good ones. I mean, hell, he has a brother, and he's just as good as Vincent. Like they're really kind people. And
Does he have an uncle? No, I'm kidding.
I, I'll have to ask. Actually, I don't know. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. His mom is from Japan, and her siblings still live there. And I'm like, Vincent, wouldn't that be awesome if we could get your mom like back to Japan? Like just, somehow get her back there. But she doesn't like planes, right? Like plane
Yeah.
rides. So I don't think we'll be able to get her to get on a plane. Maybe we can knock her out and put her on the plane.
My son and his wife is from the Philippines, and
Oh, nice.
they're flying out, I think tomorrow, either Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. But they're going to the Philippines for a month.
That sounds like a good vacation. Little nice
Yeah.
time to spend with family.
Yeah, one of her siblings is getting married. So they're
Oh,
flying. And stupid me, I'm like, does it take them a month to get married out there? He was like, no, Mama. I said, when you go out there, you just stay a while because it'll be a long time before we go back.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Because usually, like, yeah, like a lot of times they'll come, like people from over here, well, they'll go back home and they'll stay there like 6 months or something. And then they'll
Yeah.
come back. And you know what I mean? I think it's just because probably it's so expensive and it's such a far plane ride. I can't do anything over 4 hours on a plane. I'm starting to get like antsy after a minute, I like to move around. If they would let me like just walk up and down the plane, I'd probably be cool. Cause like just being in my seat, if I'm not in a window seat, it's just not a good time for me at all. Like I'm really just like antsy. If I have the window, at least I can look out and like look at things. It occupies me. It's probably the ADHD brain, but I'm always like, wanting to be doing something. So maybe I should crochet or something on the plane. It's plane ride. But
Well, their little girl is 4, and
oh,
they've flown here before. They live in Utah, and I picked them up in Atlanta, and she did fine then, but she was 6 months old the last time they went home.
oh,
Five
so
or
it's gonna
six
be
months
so
somewhere.
nice. Oh, it'd be nice for them to see her.
Yeah, well, she's 4 now,
Yeah,
so she's probably not going to be as good on this flight. She's a little hyper now.
yeah. Get her an iPad. I never say that, but
No,
or
she had.
what
I
if they
gave her
say that there's
my
like
old
these
one.
little tricks? Like maybe she can look at like TikTok airplane tricks for kids or something. I've seen things that like parents will do that are like it's like crazy. Like for babies, she's not a baby, but like for babies, they'll bring like not like babies that can like hurt themselves, but for like
Yeah.
maybe like 2 to 3 year olds, I don't know, like kids that like want to be messing with stuff, they'll bring like tape or something, or
Yeah, I
like
think Dalton downloaded a few movies for them. I gave her my
that's
old iPad the last time I went out there, and
yeah, that's a good idea.
she
And I
loves
think
it.
they do. Most planes have movies like not that like
Yeah,
free movies. Yeah, I think like Delta. I know Delta has like free movies that you can watch too. And
yeah.
so, yeah, that would be good. And they give you free earplugs on Delta. I don't know what flight they're going on, but Delta does that. I still have a pair from whenever we traveled during like COVID. That was one of the first times we went out because Vincent's dad passed away during COVID.
Oh
And
goodness.
like, are you freaking kidding? Like, you know what I mean? Like, um, I didn't want him to ever lose anybody in his life. You know what I mean? I'm very protective of him. So that was the first time I met his mom. And it was really sad. But at the same time, it was really sweet because his dad was military and they did where
Yeah,
he's buried is in this beautiful cemetery. I mean, it is so pretty. It's like you would go there just for the scenery. Like it's just like I don't know how to explain it. It's just beautiful. And they like did the last march or whatever it is, but I don't know what it's called, but like the last like everything that they do with like the band and like the people that like when they carry the
the flag.
casket and stuff and they have the flags. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his brother went up and talked. Vincent went up and said a couple words. I couldn't tell you a word that he said because I was crying the whole time. It was just so beautiful, I was like, this is just so beautiful. And I saw a picture of his dad, and his dad just looked like such a nice guy. Like you could just look at him and be like, he was such a nice guy. You could tell he was a nice guy. And so it was really nice seeing that like for him. But I
Yeah.
remember going out there and his brother was so terrified of anybody coming out. Like they were like, you have to wear the PPE masks. And we couldn't get them in Ohio at the time. So his brother sent some, like a bunch. And on the plane, that's when we decided to try the masks on. I don't know why that's when, because I had like cloth masks that I was using, like different ones, trading them out. So Vincent puts it on the plane and he's like, you're not going to be able to wear this. And he wanted us to double mask too. Like, I mean, and I can understand, you don't want, like, he was protecting his mama, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want her to he was just like afraid of everything. And so, I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's just really tight, like where you have like fractures before. And so we ended up like getting off on the plane. It was like a layover, and he calls his brother, and he's like, Tanya can't wear the mask. And I'm like hysterical because I feel so bad. I'm like, this is the first time I'm meeting everybody. You're telling me I can't wear the mask. I'll wear the mask. I'll go through the pain. And so his brother went and got me like this special mask, and it was just so nice of him to do that for me. So
Oh, wow.
I would have been, it's that way I could go in and see everybody and everything. But yeah, I thought that was really nice that he did that for me. But yeah, his family's been really good to me. And that's what you need whenever, especially after injuries and stuff like that. I'm telling you, you need like a good support team. Like it takes a village again. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's almost like your kid like in some senses, but I don't really, mine isn't like, I don't really have that much. I mean, I have pain. Mine's more like if I overdo it, you know what I mean? Then I'll have some pain. And other than when it rains, if it's going to be rainy and like,
Oh, yeah.
when I wake up in the morning, if it's raining, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm like, I don't know how to explain. I'm like stuck. And I don't
Oh,
know if
I
it's the
know.
nerve pain, a combination of the nerve pain and the joints and the bones or what, because my spine doctor, which I need to ask her about this, she put on my paperwork that I had fibromyalgia. And I was like, I think she said, we'll talk about your fibromyalgia or something like that. I'm like, what? No one told me. And we've tested me for that before, and they said they didn't think I had that. And I said, well, I think I just have overall nerve damage, and that's what's causing my nerve pain. Like where they've sliced me here and diced me there, and like my legs
Yeah.
and stuff like that, where they were, I had 97 staples in my legs, like, and then stitches on top of that. So it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, I was trying to find. I had a picture. I'm trying to go back to see if I could find it. Oh, look at this. Open this. Can I open? Okay, let's see. Can I go back now? Okay. I did find one. I have all of my stuff on my Facebook still from my Facebook's under Titanium Built. Don't y'all go over there and hang out now, because I have like every picture I've ever posted on there still on there. I don't delete anything, y'all. I should, but I don't. Like, I think I even have I probably have a high school boyfriend on there or something. Knowing me.
I know. I still have pictures of my ex, and we've been separated for 7 years.
That's how I am. I'm just like, I don't delete anything.
Well, I left them on there for my daughter,
Oh, yeah.
which
I
we get along.
I leave them on there so that I have them for yeah, when I get like older or something and I want to see them. These are of all the pictures I bought. Like, geez, that's a lot of pictures. I used to take a picture of my friend Mandy. She would come in and shop with me when I worked at the store. I just saw a picture of her. She was so nice. It's surprising that I can't find any of those pictures.
Yeah. I'll have to email you the pictures of my daughter's surgery. Have you ever heard of the pectus excavatum?
No.
It's like have you heard of pigeon chest
No,
or sunken chest?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, she has that. Well, I guess you can say she still does, but hers was really, really severe, and they don't do the surgery until they're like 12 because of your growth spurts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could put my entire fist, and I'm a tall, bigger bone lady. I
Yeah.
could put my entire fist in her chest,
Oh
just
my
walk
goodness.
before surgery. But we ended up going to Phoenix, Arizona, to the children's hospital there for her surgery. And if you saw these pictures, they're kind of gross, but they're They're interesting but gross.
Yeah. No,
But
that's how I
they
always
have,
felt.
yeah, they have
I
to
like the
go
inner.
in and deflate one lung at a time
Oh,
to pass that bar, and it's backwards.
they
And
had to
she did up,
deflate her lung one at a time.
yeah, and
And
actually
she
her
was under,
first
right?
bar, huh?
She was under, right?
Oh yeah, she was
Okay.
out of it. But the first bar was actually too short, and they had to take it out and do it again.
Oh my gosh.
But once they get it in there, both of hers in there, they flip them, and it pushes your chest wall out. And
Oh,
girl, it was scary. It was so scary for her to have this surgery,
oh, I bet. Oh my gosh.
but she did. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how strong that child was until she had the surgery, and she did great. Which she was an athlete. She was a gymnast,
Oh, so that did that
and
affect her doing that?
it helped her to be able to get up and move around faster because
Yeah.
she had the core muscles. But we ended up having to stay there, and it is hot in Arizona, y'all.
Yeah.
It was 118 degrees. It was July when she had her surgery.
Oh my
It
goodness.
felt like an oven when you walked outside, but you didn't sweat as bad as you
Yeah.
would here at 70 degrees. But they have so many new things they do now. They used to have to cut your whole chest open and sometimes move your heart and your lungs and
Oh
flip them
my
over,
gosh.
flip them the opposite way, and put them back in and do it that way. Thankfully, they do a Nuss procedure, and it's named after a doctor, Nussmeier.
Uh-huh.
So that he's the one that invented the bars that they put in now, and it's a lot less invasive. But she was one of the first ones that had chiroblation. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure, but there's a on cue ball, and it's an actual ball
Uh-huh.
that they have in a pouch after surgery, and it goes up to the nerves in your chest wall, and it deadens them, and it lasted her 6 months. So yeah,
She's
but
been through it.
she has, but she was up the next day walking, and the second day she was going upstairs. I mean, she did amazing. And the young man, the boy
Mhm.
that was in the room next to us, I'd met his mother. I talked to everybody.
Yeah.
I'd met her in the cafeteria, and she was like, "Well, I can't get him to get up. He's complaining." I said, "Well, is he one of those kids that sits around and plays video games?" And she's like, "Yes." And I said, "That's why." I said, "Make him get up. He's
Yeah.
not going to get any better until he gets
Till
up."
he gets up, yeah. That's how it was with me. They brought me down to the PT, the physical therapy room. Like it was this huge gymnasium,
Mm-hmm.
and they had everything you could think of. And he sits me down and takes my crutches or takes my wheelchair because I was still in my wheelchair. Takes my wheelchair. I think he maybe gave me crutches just in case I needed them or something. Well, it's because I couldn't put any weight on my left foot. That's what it was. So they gave me a walker. That's what it was, a walker. And he's like, "Now I want you to walk as far as you can." And I had a full on meltdown because my legs were crushed. They weren't just broken. I mean, they were just crushed. And so you want me to stand on my legs that are crushed, even though I just have these metal rods in there? No, bro, I ain't doing it. So my oxygen level went down to like 80 or something or below. It was like it was bad. It was probably in the 70s. It was so bad that they put me on oxygen for like a couple days. Like back on the oxygen in the room. We'll try this in a couple days. Like we done scared her. Like, you know what I mean? We scared the shit out of her. And I'm like, I can't do it. And so then the next time I went back down there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna. I felt like, in a way, I felt like I was in jail in my mind, and I'm like, if I don't get this done, I can't leave. That's how I thought. You know what I mean? That's how I thought of it. Like, if I don't do it, they are not going to sign off on me to go. Like, just do it and do your best. Like, you know what I mean? And then I started getting competitive with people in there. They didn't even know who I was, but I'm a competitive person. So if I saw someone doing something that I was like, I want to do that next. Like, you know, I was like, the doctors would all come together once a week and they would say, okay, this is what we want for, you know, we want Tanya to do X, Y, and Z. They never told me what the expectation was. They just formed them within like the different doctors that I would see. And so they were like, you keep exceeding our, you know, our expectations. Like you're doing so good. And then my friend he started giving me an incentive. He had my friend, he is very wealthy older guy. And I wish he'd find a wife. He's found about 6 of them, but none of them worked. No, he's such a good friend. He's such a good friend. And so he knew my password to my Victoria's Secret account. Like I didn't buy like bras and underwear really there. It was more like pink stuff, you know, like to work out in. And like, so it was all like workout stuff. And I had like a comforter in there and all just like stuff that I was like putting in my cart. And so he would be like, if you do so many feet this week, like in a row, I'll buy you something out of your cart. And so it'd be like a surprise, you know? And so then I was like, okay, that like kind of worked, you know? So then my last walk there, he's like, if you do 680, no, it was less than that. If you do 500 steps, I'll buy you everything in your cart. And there was well over $1,000 in that cart. And I was like, I'm not going to let you do that. I won't, you know, but I'm going to walk it. I was like, I'm going to do it. And that's when I ended up doing 680 feet. And I could not believe I did that many. Like, I remember calling him and I was like, I just did 680 feet. Like, I was so happy. I didn't even think about like the Victoria's Secret order or anything. So my last day there, this huge box comes and they're like, this is for you. And I was like, what could this be? My mom's like, what's in there? I'm like, I don't know. And then I opened it and I realized it was like a book bag from there, like the comforter I wanted, like everything that was in my cart was like in that bag or in that box.
Wow.
I was like, that's such a good friend. And he even paid the like overnight shipping. So I would get it literally from 2 streets over is Victoria's Secret's headquarters. Like, and it was like $65. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a highway robbery. You're only going a couple streets over, but it was kind of funny. It was an initiative to, you know, to start walking. Like that's what helped me start. Can't say he didn't help me. And then my friends would also send me like things like, you know, throwing like the ball at like, and it sticks to like the bullseye or whatever, just for like eye and hand coordination, like very thoughtful gifts. Someone sent me, it was called Jawbone. It was a speaker. It was really loud. It was like a portable speaker. And he's like, he wrote in it, like, since you broke your jawbone, here's a new one. Like just a cute, like that was cute. And I would blast music with that. But yeah.
Yeah. Gracie's little friends from gymnastics had her a little surprise pool party, and they gave her like coloring books and candy, and because that was one of the things there's a Facebook page for everything, y'all.
Yeah.
And I was a member of it, and they were like, bring some hard candy for her to suck on and stuff like that. So the moms, and they gave us like tons of gift cards.
I always thought about trying to be like a sitter where you sit with the patients.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good idea. But me and my ex, we did shifts. Like he would stay with her one night and both of us, you know, would swap out, and I would stay with her the next day. And I can tell you something funny. Bless her heart. She wanted to put some purple temporary color in her hair before surgery. And it, you know, she wasn't in school. So I'm like, okay. So I put some color in her hair.
Yeah.
Well, the first shower she got I had to put her in the shower. Girl, I was shampooing her hair and purple is flying everywhere in that shower. It was coming out. It looked like we had slaughtered some grapes or something in there.
Yeah. That's so funny. I feel like with my accident, and maybe with your, you know, maybe with your daughter's like injuries, we got closer. Like it made us closer.
Oh yeah.
Because I needed her a little more than like normal. like a normal, you know,
Yeah.
and then a normal, like, I guess, adult, like at that age, you know, would need, because they're normally 28, you're moved out, you're doing your own thing. That's what I was doing when this happened. And then it was like, you're back with your mom again. But but I loved being around her. You know, what I mean, it was like one of
Yeah.
those things we had fun. We had fun
I've,
together. And so like she would make things better for me, like not as hard,
yeah.
you
I've
know.
always thought Gracie was a daddy's girl.
Oh, her name's
And
Grace. Gracie.
Gracie, well,
Oh,
it's
that's a perfect
Gracelyn.
name. Gracelyn?
Elizabeth
I've never
Gracelyn.
I love that. Gracelyn.
Oh,
I've
thank
never
you.
heard of that. That's original.
Well, I named her after 3 dead people. I could tell you, it's a good story,
Yeah.
but you know, I divorced from my boys. I have 2 older boys,
Mhm.
and him and I got divorced, and like 6 years later, I ended up meeting her dad. And trust me, I'd had my tubes cut and burnt after my second son. And if you met him, you'd know why. He was a little hyper little thing. Well, my boys are a week shy of 13 months apart, too.
Oh,
So,
wow, they're really close, I bet. Are
no,
they close?
they're total opposites.
Really?
Total opposites. But,
Oh,
uh, but I had 3 surgeries to try to put my tubes back together, and it didn't work. So she's an IVF baby.
oh, okay.
Worked the first try, thank the Lord, and everything. But
So IVF, that means you do though. You carry, right? Or did you have someone else carry?
no, I did.
You did, even though your tubes were tied?
Yeah, the tube. That's why you did the IVF. They take your eggs and his stuff,
Yeah. I just
and
didn't know that with your tubes tied, you could still have a baby.
well,
I'm
they
dumb when it
bypass
comes to
your
the female
tube.
body sometimes. I think we all
Yeah,
kind of are.
yeah, they put it straight into your uterus. And
Oh.
I've actually got a picture of her before they put it in, of
Oh,
the 2 embryos that they implanted, and thankfully only one took. I
that's
learned
pretty
how to pray
cool.
by then.
Yeah, because they put 2 in at a time?
Yeah.
So you could have
I
twins.
was, yeah, I could have had twins,
Wow.
but
Wouldn't that have been something?
oh
I
gosh, I
only
would have
wanted one
died.
of y'all.
I would have died. I learned how to pray.
Yeah.
Lord, I want to be pregnant, but only one child.
Only one. I only want one. Man, my mom, I remember my mom saying, like, remember back in the day, it was like they used to say every 3rd generation or something was like, would have twins, or something like that.
Yeah, and that would fall on my daughter.
That would have fallen on me. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But I do wish that I think that I will end up freezing some of mine just in case, because I'm
Well,
getting older.
I ended up I was fertile myrtle, if you can't tell by having 2 kids in 2 years from the first time. So I ended up donating my 8 other embryos.
Oh, that was really nice.
Yeah. So
Wow.
biologically, she may have a brother or sister out there.
Yeah.
And
You never
actually, it'd be her twin because they were taken all at the same time, but they could be different ages. And you
Wow.
know, that worries me because they don't make you do blood tests before you get married anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Gracie, you know, you have to get a blood test. You might
Yeah.
be marrying your twin.
Yeah, you gotta get blood tests now. Wow. There could be, yeah, you could have other siblings, or she could have other siblings out there.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of crazy to run into. You know how they like say like there'll be like people like they meet later in life and they're like we're twins, like you know, like they were separated at birth and they meet
Yeah.
up and they see each other on just on random streets or something one day. It's like what? Me and my brother, we're 9 years apart. So my mom took a big break. She was married to my brother's dad, who was complete opposite of my dad. My brother's dad's a really nice guy, like really nice guy, very kind. But I think at the time, and close your ears, Tony. He's 50 now or 49. But I think at the time, like his dad didn't like know how to have that relationship like that my mom wanted. Like she wanted that man that came home every night. She cooked dinner. She, you know, packed his lunch. He went to work every day. But his dad did that, but his dad worked very long hours. He was a mechanic and he was trying to open up a car dealership. And so I think that their worlds were just not together at that point. You know what I mean? Like they just weren't on the same page. And so they got a divorce, and then my mom met my dad and at a restaurant, a retirement home. And my dad used to ask my mom out like once a week. My mom was like, no. My dad was like 8 years younger than my mom. And so she's like, no, I'm not dating you. You're too young, blah, blah, blah. So then one day she was in one of those, it's like one of those small elevators that take up like dishes and stuff like that to the different floors. And like food and stuff. So they can like, get food to the different floors in the retirement home. And she was inside of it, like cleaning it. And he shut the door and shut it on her and wouldn't let her out. And he was like, I'm not letting you out until you give me your phone number. So she finally gave her she's like, fine, here's my phone number. Well, then a couple months went by and she comes home. She's like, and because my mom told me every story, and she's like, I come home from work and I see your dad on the couch with my roommate. Like they're on a date, like hanging out, just like playing cards or something. And my mom goes up in her room and puts on her nightgown. And it was like a negligee, I guess, but it wasn't like see-through. Like she actually showed it to me. It was very beautiful. Like she kept it all those years because of that reason. My dad loved it so much, but it was all black and it was just like long. You know how it was back in the 60s, 70s.
Oh yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, see-through like it is now, and she came down to get a drink. She's like, I just wanted a drink. She had a robe on and everything that matched it. And I guess my dad said, I really like you, but I really love her. But to my mom, he's like, there's something about this one. And I don't know what the girl said. My mom never told me that part. She probably did. I don't remember it. But then, all of a sudden they ended up together and then they wanted a little girl. And my mom was like, she told her mom, she's like, I want to have another baby. I want a little girl. And my grandma said, you don't have enough money to have a kid. And my mom said, if I wait till I have enough money to have a kid, I will never have another kid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She's like, I'm having one. And then of course, here I am. Here me is.
Yeah.
So
but
yes,
I didn't know how much of a mama's girl Gracie was until she went off to college.
Does she call you a lot?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
To the point it's probably like bothering you. Probably calling you for the simple things too.
I've had to transition from always having a kid in the house since I was 21 to it just be, and she took my dog. I kept him the first year. Well, it was her dog.
Yeah.
But I was the one that took care of him. And her first year she had to live in the dorms, so she couldn't bring him. And then when she moved in an apartment, she was like, I can have Major now. And I'm like, no, that's my buddy.
Oh, that's so funny. She took the dog too.
But I still have to babysit them all the time. So.
Oh, well, that's cute. She has a free babysitter. I want a free babysitter for my dogs. I always want to go somewhere, but then we're like, we have the dogs. But we have a dog sitter. She's amazing. She's amazing. When our dogs come home, they don't even really want to come home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never met anyone like her because our dogs do not like people that much. We sheltered them. We did this, I feel like, to them. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't take them to the dog park or like socialize them with other dogs. So they're just so used to being with each other that when they see another dog, they'd be barking, be acting great. They just act crazy. But with her, when we went to go pick them up, every time we go to pick them up, she sits in her garage and she'll have her garage door open because it's usually summer. And she'll just be sitting with them with their chains on. They're not moving. Like we walk up, I'm like, okay, like last time I was like, okay, Vincent, they're going to run for one of us when they see us. They didn't even move. We walked all the way up to them and I'm like, hello, ladies, like it's your mommy. And she sends us pictures and like video and like, because we had another guy do it and he didn't send us like stuff like that. You know what I mean? She just like reassures us. Like it's just nice to have like that, somebody that you can kind of trust because it's hard to trust people, especially with your animals. You know what I mean? Like you want to make sure no one's like treating them bad. So.
Yeah. Well, Gracie will make up the excuse sometimes. Well, she FaceTimes me 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll FaceTime me a couple of times a day, and a lot of times she'll say, "Well, Major missed you. Say hey to him, Mama." Just so
Yeah,
she
she's
can
calling because
call.
she misses you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's calling because she misses you. I would do the same with my mom. I mean, I went to school online
I,
for college. I just
oh,
decided
I
to do
make
it all
fun of
online.
her.
Yeah, I wish I would have went to like university or did that, but I still had the same experience
well,
because we could just go up to the universities, you
well,
know.
she's 2.5 hours away, and
Oh,
it was so hard to send her off because that was right after the Idaho murders.
yeah, and there was a lot of people in the chat like that had kids the same age. I couldn't imagine like, and they're like off at college.
Well,
I couldn't imagine that.
well, she would listen to some of it when it was going on before she left to go to college.
Yeah.
And I ended up finding these little things that you can put on your keychain.
Hmm.
That's a safety thing. And if you mash it, it makes like this really, really high pitched, loud. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
wouldn't think if somebody's bothering her,
Yeah, I had one, but mine broke. It didn't work.
Yeah. Well, I bought her and her best friend one.
Yeah. Mine was like it was like more plastic though or something. I forget. And I like because we were like, let's try it out, see if we can hear it. But and then I'm like, oh, this doesn't even work. So I'm glad but I didn't have that. But but like here, I don't know. I feel pretty secure here because we have double doors to go through. Like, you can get through if you can get through the front door, that's amazing because it's locked. But
Yeah. Yeah.
then you
They
have to
had
do
to, you had to have your little key card thing to get in
like,
her building.
see, that's what we have a key now, and I wish it was still the card. I don't know why. I just feel like, what if they don't return the key? You know what I mean? I don't know, or just something, or they make another key because I mean, it looks like a regular. I don't have them with me, but it just looks like a regular old key. Like it doesn't look like it's not big or like a master key kind of deal where it's like like or like super big. It's just like a regular old key, and I'm like, okay, but the
Well,
door's huge. But then you'd have to get through the dogs, and these dogs, they bark. If you are not me or Vincent, they are. Even if you're me or Vincent, our Weimaraner acts like you left for a million years. She makes this high pitched like noise. It sounds like she's screaming.
mhm.
It is the funniest thing ever, but it sounds like we're like abusing her or something. I'm like yelling. I'm like, we're not hurting her. She won't stop. She
Oh,
just gets so excited. She'll have a toy in her mouth and it's just like so high pitched. But when people come in, my brown dog, Araya, she's a boxer pit mix. She's a little temperamental. She's a little territorial when it comes to me, especially. So she would be
yeah.
at the door biting, barking, all the things. Mia is just a barker. She's not a biter. I've never seen her bite or anything like that. Araya now, she's done some things. She's done some things, but she was found not guilty by a court of law. So
Well,
she was found not
Major,
guilty. Dang it! So
Major's a barker. I mean, that dog barks all the freaking time. And
yeah,
he's territorial over me. Like if he's
because
beside
you took
me,
care of him.
Gracie can't even hug me
Yeah.
without him snapping at her.
Oh, that's how Araya is. Well, and then if she gets used to somebody, then when they go to leave, she'll try to bite them because they're leaving.
Well, now to think of it, he hasn't done that since he moved to Gracie's.
Maybe he's getting used to her more
Yeah.
because you're not there.
He'd probably snap at me if I tried to hug her, but he's a little Bichon.
Oh,
He
I always
is a
wanted a
little
little
white,
dog.
he's a little white cotton ball.
I've never had a little dog. I've always wanted one, and then I end up with huge dogs.
Girl,
Like,
this dog is little. He's only like 15 pounds, but he
oh,
can jump about 5 feet in the air, especially
that's
if you
how
got a treat in your hand.
that's how Araya is,
But
and she's probably 40 pounds. She can jump at least 3 feet, I would say, all four paws off the ground.
yeah.
I'm like, I've never seen anything like it. I'm
Oh,
like, because her sister's tall, so I think that's why she does it. Like, I'm right here,
yeah.
but she's
It's
still
so,
big.
it's so funny. Like my little door that goes out to my carport has a window in it. And if somebody knocks or rings the doorbell, Major will take off running, and they'll see his little head where he's jumping up to look out that window because
Oh,
it's a
that's
higher
cute.
window. And they're like, all I could see was like these little fluffy ears popping up looking at me.
That's so funny.
But
Oh.
if you come over, he will bark until you sit down.
Oh yeah, I have a friend. My friend's dog was like that, like until she, and then she still bark until she like came up and sat beside you and sniffed you to make sure that you were like a-okay. She
Yeah.
was a little
But
Pomeranian.
what's so funny is like I'll take him to Home Depot and the antique mall we have here.
Uh-huh.
I'll put him in the buggy. Well, I mean, I have his leash on him, but I put him in the buggy. He puts his two front paws up against the end of it and never barks.
I want a
And
dog
there's
like that.
people everywhere. No, he's
Wait,
just waiting for him to pet him.
yeah, I had a lady that would come into my boutique and she would bring her dog in. What was her? Mitzi. Mitzi was the dog's name. Because so I worked at Curve and Cloth, which was the curvier woman's clothing line for Rose and Remington. So Rose and Remington was the straight sizing. And then when they built their new store right across the mall, like straight across, and then they had their home store. They asked me if I could take care of kind of like the home store, so they didn't have a manager, and if I'd become the manager of the Curve and Cloth. And at the time, I was like 115 pounds. And I'm like, you want me to dress curvy women? Because I never dressed a curvy woman in my life. I've always been straight sizing. And he was like, yeah, we think you're very genuine and we really like you. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like I love competition. And the manager at Rose Remington, me and her used to always have competition. So I knew I'd be moving to a new store. So it'd be even better competition. So I'm like, oh, you don't think, because she was like, are you sure you could do that? I'm like, are you sure you could shut up, Jennifer? So I went over to Curve and Cloth and I loved those women. Those women were completely different than the women that I had worked with in straight sizing. No offense to straight sizing girls. You guys are great, but you're all skinny. Okay. So Allah fit you. You can go into any store. This was just for curvy women. So it started at size, this isn't curvy. Okay. This part is not curvy. Want to make that clear. It started at size 12 and it went to it was like an extra large to a 4X, I think, which I believe they could have went even bigger if they should have maybe went to a 5. But the women that would come in, like when we first opened, it was during COVID. So we're all masked up and they would just look around and they're like, everything in this store is just for me. And I'm like, yeah, just for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, straight sizing girl can come in and get a necklace or an oversized shirt. You know what I mean? But this is for you all. And they were so happy. They made me so happy. So then they would teach me. Like some of the girls would come in. They were like, when they would shop, they were like, okay, this is what we don't like about this. And it totally helped me know what to order for my store, to where when I left my last month there, I made my month. Nobody at Curve and Cloth had ever made their month. Out of 4 stores, I was the only one. I was so proud of that, especially because it was COVID and it was a new store. And yeah, me in there. You know what I mean? Because at first the girls would look at me a little funny, like you.
Well,
and I'm
let
like,
me tell you, I'm 5'10" and a 2X. You know how hard it is for me to find quality, cute clothing.
Yeah, I have some stuff on my site that's curvy on my Poppy and Ari website. Like it's my oh, thank you for the jewels, Mama Bear.
But are they for tall, curvy women?
That's
my problem. Everything's either too short waisted or too short for the length, and it's just hard to find quality, cute clothes.
Because I have a friend that's like the same size as you. She wears even a size like 11 in shoes or 13 or something in women's.
Oh, wow.
I think it's 11. She's tall. She's probably 5'10", I would say. 5'10", yeah. Because I'm 5'9". She's a little taller than me. I'm going to do some shopping soon. And then because what I was going to do is I was going to make some outfits for you guys each week and then put them on like my Unfiltered page and like do like a live and see if you guys like those outfit combos or if you like anything that's on there. And then I would do like a pre-order.
Yeah.
I know that the Zenana dresses.
You need an email list.
I think I have one. I know I do. I do need an email list. So I did have one dress. I have to look, see if I still have it. And it might be long enough. And it has pockets. It's just like a straight black Zenana dress. Xenon is like a brand. I tell everybody my brands. I am not a brand. I am not a brand gatekeeper over here. Like most boutiques do that. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. They will, like, if they have like a floor picture, they will cover up their tags with things, like, so you don't know where they buy it from. I've never been like that. I don't know. I want to tell you the brands because I mean, because a lot of times people go to boutiques and they're like, okay, that's the brand I like, or you know what I mean? Like they'll know the brand. Like G is really popular in boutiques, that brand. It was kind of, they have a like a curvier side, but I don't know. I think it sold okay when I was at the store. But I know there's some other brands. I'm going to think about it because I know that there were some brands that were like longer, like because the sizes were obviously, extra large to like 5X. So they were all like larger sizes. But I'm thinking that there was some stuff that was like tunic sizes. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and
Like
I
tunic.
have a problem with it being too tight in the chest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a
I
big
got
woman. I got big boobs.
Yeah. I don't know where mine came from, but I feel, yeah. I'm like, where the heck are these things coming from? You're at Costco, Betsy? Oh man, I love Costco. Haven't been there in a while. We have a Sam's Club membership and a Costco membership. But I think the only reason why we have the Costco is because I think it's on Vincent's mom. Vincent still has, his mom still has Vincent on there, I think, like on her Costco account or something. Because I don't see what's paying for both. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know why we'd do that. But I do like Costco. It's like 20 minutes from where we're at. But I think I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to take these dogs outside. I didn't want them to hear me that.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming up and talking to me, PJ. This was fun.
Well,
I'm gonna
thank
start
you for
doing
having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm going to start doing open panels like this over on Unfiltered just so we can like chit chat and do whatever. That channel is a do whatever channel. And I love that. So, yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
On panel, Crystal. Yeah, I enjoyed talking to you too. That was fun. Do you know how to get down? I don't know how to take somebody off the stage yet.
I'll figure it out.
Well, come back up and talk to me soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You're welcome. And I'll be praying for your daughter just for, everything.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, she got it. I don't know how everyone's like they'll like boot people off stage or something. I don't know how to boot anybody off stage. I'm like, like to like take them off. So yeah, that was PJ. And thank you guys for being here and just kind of listening to us talk. That was fun. Just having someone to talk to. I'm telling y'all, I don't have a lot of like friends that live around me. They're all moving or we just don't have that connection like we used to because, a lot of my friends are married with children. So like on the weekends, they go to like their baseball games and softball games or whatever, like, stuff like that. So I do enjoy like coming on and like talking to you guys and just hanging out with you guys. Cause I think of a lot of you guys of like my friends, and I don't care if somebody says that's stupid of her. We all get attached to people. Okay. We all do. We just did. I mean, we've done it before, but, yeah, I think I'm going to go sit by the pool. That's what I'm going to go do. I think I'm going to, I don't want to say it too loud, and then I think I'm going to go to the pool. I hope that it's not too busy because, it just gets crazy down there. I did too, Lee. This was fun. I'm glad PJ came up. I got to learn so much about her. And we've been in chats together with each other for probably 4 years. And that was the first time I actually got to talk to her. So that was fun. I am going to be doing a pre-recorded. I've been telling you guys this for how many months now? Let's say 6 months. I do have all my stuff. I'm going to ask Vincent to help me hook this up. That's the only problem I have is there seems to be an extra wire. And so I'm thinking maybe that's the wire for the charger to keep it all charged. See, that's why I need him. So I'm gonna have him help me with that. And then I just have to do a little script and then, record it. So I'm going to record it sometime this week. Hopefully we'll have it out by like next weekend. It'll be, I'm not sure what it'll be over. Oh, what was it? I asked you guys earlier. Oh, do you guys want to cover the I didn't even talk about like most of my injuries. That's okay. Did you guys want to talk about the I can't think of it right now. Austin Drummond case. Sorry. I just like my brain just went like, what? Did you guys want to go over his trial? So he's in trial right now. Let me pull this up really quick. That's not him. I think it's down here. Now the first video is long. Like they did 4 hours. I'll have to find it. But it looks like they were like talking about a lot of stuff. Like a lot of like like juicy stuff. What is this? Oh, Garrett Discovery. Okay, how do I get out of it? Oh, whoops, not that. This. Sorry, I was on like another page. I couldn't get out of that. So what did he do? Okay. So basically, Austin Drummond, real quick, if you don't know who he is, he decided that he was going to allegedly team up with some people. He left, he went and drove, and he killed family of 4, mother and a father, a brother and a mother, like a couple, and then a brother and a mother. Dumped them in 2 different places, then took their baby and dropped it off in somebody's yard. He's been in prison before with more food than me and you have in our pantry. He had in his commissary on his wall in the jail. He had an Xbox. He had a girlfriend that was a guard. That is actually the sister he killed her sister, her family, her mom, family members. What else? Yeah, he's a piece of crap. But I think it'd be good to like go over the case because I mean, he's on trial and we've been following it. Let's see if I can. Oh my God, look at his hair. What? Hold on. So the closing arguments already went out and everything, y'all. So we might have to go over this tonight or tomorrow. Because 2 days ago, it was just heading to trial. And now it's like, we got a verdict? Okay. So, okay. Yeah. We'll go over it. What we'll do is we'll just do a live from beginning to end. You know what I mean? This is the story. This is the case. This is what happened. I'm like, wow. Jury deliberation lasted about 2 hours. I was trying to show you what he looked like. Oh, this is what. I guess he got his wish. He could wear what he wanted. Look at that hair, though. That hair says, I'm going to prison for the rest of my life and I'm going to be someone's bitch. And I'm not going to the prison that I want to go to. Because he wanted to go to a certain prison and they were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Tennessee. That's why I couldn't get the freaking paperwork. I couldn't get any of the documents hardly because Tennessee, you have to be a Tennessee resident in order to get the documents. And the girl that was supposed to help me get the documents decided that she didn't want to help me anymore. I don't know. I don't know. So I couldn't get them. So, but we did have some of the documents and everything. We just went over Austin Drummond not too long ago. I mean, it's been a little while, but I'm about to go check. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Videos are live. Okay, it might have been a little while ago. Because I don't remember exactly when it was. But we did go over. Oh, right here. May 26th and May 25th, we went over his court. Okay. All righty. Well, I think it sounds like a good plan. This one isn't? Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it says guilty, an attempted murder. This is a different lawyer, so yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not even the same defense attorney that he has. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll go over this part of his hearing. This is for contraband and everything. I mean, when has he not had contraband? You can't have that many pasta noodles or ramen noodles in your cell. You know, he had the cell full. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to go see if my Amazon order is here because I got them shelves. I did. Also, I need to put a list together. There is like 100 Idaho books that we can go and check out. Like I could read them to you and we can kind of just pick and like some of them are going to be like 1 star, you know, and then maybe we'll do some that are like more than that, like the highest stars that they have, other than if we've already read them. I thought that would be kind of funny because, you know, everyone's writing about the Idaho 4 and half of them don't know what they're talking about. So maybe we'll get some books. They're only like $10, $15, so they're not too expensive either. So, and I can fill up, I'm pointing over here because I have acrylic shelves over there. So I bought the same exact acrylic shelves for this wall. I'm going to try to see if I can get Vincent to hang them up. It may take 40 days, 40 years, 80 hours, 27 minutes and 5 seconds for him to do that, but he'll do it. No, he'll do it. He hung up my my drape things today so I could pull the drapes back around like this little hook. So, well, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. It was good seeing everybody in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you're into true crime and you're over on Unfiltered side of the live, because we are streaming to both Unfiltered and Titanium Built. So Unfiltered is more of my life vlogging page, more of like reviews. We're going to do commentary over there, open panels. We'll do, you know, all the fun stuff like that over there. Then over on Titanium Built, we still have fun over there, obviously, but we do talk about true crime. So we break down court cases, the facts, all those things. And we are covering a few different cases right now, pretty in depth. So I will be in trial for 2 of the cases that we're covering. So yeah, hopefully you guys can subscribe to both channels. So one is Titanium Built True Crime. One is Unfiltered with Tanya. So is it on Wednesday? Okay, I'm going to record it, I think, and put it on Patreon for people to see. Because I think that a lot of times, I don't know if it's with Netflix, though. A lot of times people in other countries can't see this stuff. I'm surprised you can actually, Lee. You can see it? That's good. Because I know like when it's like 2020 or Dateline, I've heard people can't watch them. And I'm like, oh. Oh, have a good day, Sweetly Morbid Bear. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Get out there, do something, hang out. I don't know. I'm going to do the exit music with our Unfiltered exit music. So it's going to be a little different if you're not over here normally, if you're on the Titanium Built side. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the.